These bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how that shit goes.
Yo, hit the bitch once, don't call her back. Hit the bitch once, now falling back. Going to my phone, I tell her I ain't home. I ain't trying to tell her that the hair was back. Bitch get mad, I fuck around, get smacked. I ain't really trying to go through all that. Say you want the truth, but I know that's cat, bitch. I'm an OG, don't fall for the trap. Talk me back and get dropped. Raise the voice, the bitch pop. Think you the only baddie out here that shooting shots, bitch stop. I ain't like these simp niggas that open doors and wanna hold your hand. I'ma be the side dude inside you, see back to your man. Hoes say that I'm toxic. Nah, bitch, these niggas lost it. Lame niggas gassing up your head. I don't like pics, you get dick instead. Got hair while smoking on the endo. Then put the bitch in the friend zone. So many hoes can't worry about one. So I pump and dump hoes, yeah, when I done hoes, yeah.
Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes. I don't give a fuck about nan, bitch. These simps are the ones you can control. Simping forces, son husbands, blue pill to sideline haters. You wanna talk, I'll see you later. I don't wear a cape so I can't save ya or date ya. So what's going on? I'm coming to your home looking for some dome. You don't get down like that? Well, the fuck you at? Then trick bitch, I'm staying home. But here's the kicker, she wanna ask for dough like I'm one of them niggas. I ain't got shit. Walmart's always high hoes, so you better find your ass some business. I ain't got time for that fuckery. I don't play games, I stay sucker free. I'm Mr. Palmer, better recognize me. I know you get down, you belong to the streets. Stop playing games, how to sell event. Saying your body count is irrelevant. Man, you were just an embarrassment. Another pump and dump, baby mama terrorist. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches, pump and dumping these hoes, pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Ride around, try to play the role, Miss Innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos. Behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Let's see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be the father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worried about another bitch instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
All stand, please. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. This honorable court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. Y'all know what it is. You may be seeing this motherfucker. Shout out to the baby mama Terry's Bounty Hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer. And what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Cynthia G. For those who don't know who Cynthia G is, she's definitely a controversial YouTuber who talked about some dude that says, in order for you to be my wife, you will have to give the child to the father. And she went in on him. Before I continue, my boy Game of Last Matter said that we already got a dislike. I understand. So I ain't even about to look at the shit, but already ahead of time, y'all want to hear Reverend Next speak his piece on the dislike. I appreciate the dislike because the dislike take the shit into the algorithm. I don't get in my feelings about it because it goes somewhere. It's better to get a dislike than none at all. So without further ado, already at the beginning of this shit, I want to let Reverend Next speak his piece.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Not at all. So I appreciate the dislike. So, like I was saying, when it comes down to Cynthia G, she's very controversial. Now, she's been on YouTube for quite a while. She was on Philip from the Vice show when they converted over to the African diaspora. She was also with Moist Twatkins. She's also was pro-black at one point. She was for black men. She was. But then I guess she saw the light, decided to hop over the fence, and now she called out the black man and the black community, even though black women are the pillars and who run this community. So I don't agree with everything she say, but I can't call a lie on everything. So we're going to definitely talk about this shit and dissect this motherfucker. And the thing of the matter is, I understand a lot of y'all don't like her for a lot of things she say, but at the same time, even if you don't like a person, even if you hate the person, if the person telling the truth, y'all know what I say about the truth.
Truth is what it is.
It's what it is. So, you know, like people hate me because I speak my truth and they can't sit back and call me a liar. But you call her a liar on a lot of things. But I'm just saying, if it's true, then it's true. And I said, I can't do this by myself today. I said, I gotta have my boy, Mr. L.A.R. up in the building. Y'all know who L.A.R. is. He definitely talked about child support before I even came on the YouTube platform, wrote a book about it and everything. So I kind of want y'all to eliminate the shit that Cynthia G said about black men, and let's talk about the truth and the bullshit that she put out in the video, because that's what men do. You know what I mean? A Klan member could tell the truth, whether you hate that racist motherfucker or not. But again, truth is what it is. So we're going to dissect this shit like men, and even the women that's on here. We're going to come with definitely with y'all thoughts and opinions on what she talk about. And I'm going to tell you why I say, well, she's actually kind of telling the truth on certain parts of this video. And I will say the dude that said this shit, he don't represent me. And I'm going to tell y'all why in due time. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. We had a good time yesterday. I was on this motherfucker for 5 hours. And I got to give a shout out to K.A. for coming on here, speaking her piece. And it was definitely a good shout out. Shout out to Anton Daniel. Shout out to Chicago Rilla for always. He been fucking with me, you know, since I started this shit. You know what I mean? I had a damn good time. I didn't realize it was 5 hours till towards the end. You just never know. Like I said, man, my goal when it comes to this child support system, when it comes to change laws in my mind, is to call out everything all across the board. People going to talk about child support. People going to talk about it's not right, it's not fair, don't get married and all this shit. But what I talk about is the depths of what could happen to you. It could lead your ass to self-destruction. It could lead you to go to jail. It could lead you to commit suicide. It could lead you to be an alcoholic. It could lead you to hate everybody. It could lead you to jump off the roof.
It could lead you to lose your whole livelihood and your foundation from dealing with one of these baby mama terrorists, or getting married and go through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? Or deal with alimony and manipulated ass kids. And that's why I say you got to keep your veins cold, and if need be, wash your hands and move on. And yes, let's go back to Cynthia G. She talks about black men being dusties and garbage bags and garbage cans and everything else. But years ago, she was pregnant by a guy who they say is considered a Pookie Ray Ray because he had multiple kids, multiple baby mamas. But she said he was a good man. You know. And, I guess when the shoe was on the other foot, then it's kind of, you got to justify the shit, I guess. I don't know. But, and then she had Brian on the show, and he was talking about the black man. He's weak and he this, and they said he was an alpha male. When the white man gets screwed the most in child support, alimony, and do lead the most suicide and family court. I mean, you can't make this shit up, but whatever you say. Yeah, Mr. Perkins, who was stealing DVDs or selling DVD bootlegs for using Tariq Nasheed. So that's why I say, man, it is what it is. So a lot of motherfuckers, I realized, and then also they said allegedly that her father wasn't in the picture for whatever reason. So of course that also give you the mindset to think that, well, since your daddy was a piece of shit, if he was, because I don't believe it. I think it was a baby mama terrorist that chose single motherism, in my opinion. But if he was a dude that abandoned his responsibility, then want to be there, a lot of people say, well, since he ain't shit, all men ain't shit. Since my man cheated, all men cheat. Since I think every black man's a piece of shit, I'm gonna go and be a lesbian. You know how they always do. You know what I mean? That's how it go. There's, that's why when I talk about these baby mama terrorists, they say, who hurt you? Why you bitter? No, I'm everything. I was trying to be on the couch today, but as y'all see, I got this nigga coming over my house, you know what I'm saying, took over my shit, deadbeat also. He needed a place to stay, so I said, fuck it. So I had to sleep on the floor. But it's all good. And we're going to definitely dissect this shit. And like I said, I can't do it by myself on this. I need some extra knowledge. And before I let my man L.A.R. get up in here, I'm going to see who's up in the building. In the comment section, we'll go from there. Everybody's coming in. Please hit the like button. Please share, because it need to go further out into the algorithm. From what I'm looking at, we got my boy Game of Lives Matter, the bailiff, in the house. We got Mr. Hall up in here. We got JB. Shout out to JB. We behind the scenes doing a lot of work, and it's going to be on the new page. Also, we got Honey69. Shout out to you. We got, who else we got? We got my boy Face Facts from the East Coast in the building. We got Is What It Is up in the building. We got R. Escobar. We got Perverted at Best. We got Tim Howard the Fifth. Shout out to you. We got MPI up in the building from the Dirty South. We got Top Dog Killer. We got my boy Lawrence all the way from Montana. We got who else? We got my boy Ephraim up in here. He said bring Reverend X for that. You already know. Yeah, shout out to Reverend X. We got my boy SAK Sack up in here. We got who else? We got the kid's dad. We got Rock Senior. We got Brother Truth. Shout out to you, brother. We got my boy Sariq up in here. We got who else? We got E Senior up in the building. We got Mr. O from Inglewood, Chicago South Side, not Cali. You know what I'm saying? We got Red's Barbershop over here. That's 1099 right there. We got who else? We got E-Man up in here. Who else we got up here? We got Satan up in here. You know what I'm saying? We got who else we got in here? We got the lovely Gail Lockett up in the building, the district attorney. Shout out to you. We got D-Dub up in here. We got we got Showboat, Engaging Black. We got Jay Shine. We got Dilly 07. We got the World Class Noble. Dilly is from New Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. We got Lil Fred up in here. We got my boy D from the East Coast, aka Baby Mama Terrorist Bounty Hunter. Yeah, we also got who else? We got my boy Hologram, Cows Gang. You know what I'm saying? We got Straight Lace LD all the way from Cali, keeping the veins cold. You know what I mean? We got Poor George up here. We got Jay Quan. We got who else? I think that's about it. That's in the comments. We got Chaos up in here. And we got the rest of the people up in here. That's 132 up in here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all definitely hit the like button. Y'all definitely gonna enjoy this segment. Yes, and without further ado, I gotta bring my man. Oh, we got No Country for Old Simps up in the building too. And without further ado, I gotta bring my man in. Y'all know who he is, all the way from the dirty. You know what I'm saying? My boy, Mr. L.A.R. moving in this motherfucker. What's going on, my man?
What's happening? Let's have a good time.
Yeah. We definitely gonna have a good time, man. We definitely got to talk and dialogue about this, man. You saw the thumbnail, right?
Oh yeah. We're not gonna start these shenanigans today, but yes, we is. Yes, we is.
I'm just here to tell the truth, man. A couple of things I need to say before I get off, because I missed some cash out from not even yesterday. It was actually the day before yesterday. I want to give a shout out to L.A.R for the $5 cash app. Shout out to you, my brother. I also want to give a shout out to I think of somebody else. I think that was it. But yeah, shout out to make sure. Shout out to my brother L.A.R. He don't have no kids. He's in Alabama. He's a 1099 self-employed, and he still support the movement. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Man, but how you been, my brother?
Good, man. Overworked as usual.
Oh yeah. Me, you know, I'm running for child support. I couldn't sleep on the couch today because I got Willie the Bear up here interfering in my shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Eating up all the fruit snacks.
Yeah, couch gang. You know what I mean? But yeah, I sent you the video for you to check it out yourself, man. What was your thoughts on the video, bro?
I was just shaking my head, man. Look, y'all gave her that fuel. Y'all opened y'all mouths and y'all said some of this stuff. You can't take it back. You know, you can't take it back. So I was like, this is about to go left, dog.
Yeah, it's definitely about to go left. But I mean, it depends on how people take it. Like I said, man, she's not wrong about everything in this motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, man. Because I gotta tell you, what do you think as far as when we start off about? Let me show y'all the thumbnail with the beginning of this shit, and I'm gonna let y'all know this right off the top. This is the brother that said that if you want to marry you and you got kids, you need to give your kids up to the father. You know, now actually I have no problem with that. I believe that came from Kevin Samuels originally. I have no problem with that. The only thing I gotta say about this is this nigga right here is not my messenger. I can't. This nigga right here can't represent me. I'm sorry. I just can't. I just can't, bro. I'm just saying. I mean, it looked like he got makeup on and shiny face, nigga. I just can't. I just can't, fam. He can't be my messenger. I'm sorry. I agree with they should give the child to the dad, and if you want, get married and shit, but he can't be my representative. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, she took the right picture of that dude. She took the right dude to talk about. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at this. I can't. I'm sorry, man. I tried, man. I tried.
If I'm not mistaken, he's in the manosphere, but he rarely shows his face. If I'm not mistaken.
Truth is what it is.
But I'm like,
so that's what I'm saying. I can't crazy fam. I just can't, but I can't. Hey, and then FBI says that my cousin. Hell no. Hell no. No matter of fact, I fuck a hell nah. This is my response to that. Is he my cousin?
Shit.
Step cousin. God damn it. We'll go with that. Step cousin. God damn it. See, you know what I mean? I can't get mad at Cynthia G for that one. That's why I say
it's look, man, if y'all keep giving her this ammo, she gonna keep breaking. She gonna keep putting this shit up here, and it's gonna get ugly. And the bad part about it is, like you said, it's some of this stuff she says is right, and then sometimes she go extra left. But here's the thing: You gave her the ammunition.
I got, yeah.
She done got the hefty bags and the pictures and stuff. And it's like, listen, man. Y'all know this is coming, man. Y'all know this is coming. And she picking these pictures on purpose. Like, look, And she taking little shots in the video. Like, this is probably you. Fellas.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Did I just get some? Cynthia G's in the chat. Cynthia G up in here. Zaddy will put all of y'all on child support. Hey, actually, Cynthia G, you right about this picture. I don't agree with everything you say, but just this picture alone, you right. But listen, you say that it says Zaddy will put all of you on child support. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no child support. I pay my child support automatically every week. I sleep on the couch. I'm a high value deadbeat. That little piece of shit ass change I pay ain't a motherfucking thing to me. That ain't nothing. As far as I'm concerned, this is a handout. And like I say, y'all baby mama terrorists, Walmart is always hiring. So my thing is, I tell you what, I ain't here to dish you and disrespect you. But what I'm saying, since you came on here with the comments, I'll put the link in the description and let we all talk. Me, you, and L.A.R. can talk about this dude because I agree with you. He's not the right messenger. So I agree with you. So, I mean, let's talk about this as an adult and let's talk about this shit. Since you say Zaddy will put us all on child support, but what you fail to realize is Zaddy put other Zaddies on child support and other Zaddies pay more money in child support and more Zaddies commit suicide based off child support alienation. Also, Zaddy is getting used by these out-caring feminists. They get it worse than we do. But you can't make this shit up, guys. But they talk about Zaddy, the same Zaddy that's against, that's supposed to be white supremacy, but then they worship white supremacy. They hate the white woman, but they love that white daddy. They can't make this shit up. So you more than welcome to come on here. I have no problem with that. And we'll dialogue as adults. I ain't going to talk about your head. I ain't going to talk about your past and all that shit. Let's definitely talk as adult about this situation and why you disagree with, a woman giving a child up to the father. Him being a representative, I agree to the full with what you said. So let's come on and talk about this shit, But if you just go say, Zaddy will put you on child support, man, you already talking bullshit. I can't take you seriously. Come on, man. I know you better than that. Come on now. You can't make this shit up. That's why I say, man, it might be a troll account. Don't make a difference. But, L.A.R. gonna help out. Maybe it's not a troll. Maybe it's a troll. Maybe it's not a troll. But either way, like I said, Walmart is always hiring for you bitches. Yeah.
So how you want to, how you want to dissect this one? Because this is going to get ugly today.
Hey, well, I just want to, we're going to let her, we're going to play the video and it's fair use. This is educational purposes. This is, we're going to dissect what she's talking about. You know what I mean? Even if it's a troll or not, it don't make a difference. I'm just letting you know she's more than welcome to come on here. And just like I dialogue with Kay is how I'm a dialogue with her. You know what I mean? Because that's how we prove our talking points. I don't have to call you bitches and hoes to get my point across. That's what you baby mama terrors do. I don't have to do that. That's the difference between me and other motherfuckers. See, that's one thing you will say. Well, shit, I don't like him, but he's he is respectful and he definitely let me talk. So I have no problem with that. So don't make a difference if it's her or not. You can't make this shit up though. That means motherfuckers really watching, boy. So yeah, brother. But this dude right here ain't our representative. I'm sorry. This ain't our representative. It's not our representative. I'm sorry. It's not our representative. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get it started. We're gonna go and listen to what she gotta say, and we're gonna dissect it. If you see something that you like, hey man, stop it right here, let me know. And you could dissect this shit as well, brother. You can't make this shit up, man. You ready for this, bro?
Let's get it.
All right, man. Also, before we start, I want to let y'all know, the Cash App is on the bottom right for y'all. On me is on the bottom left. You know what I mean? Cash App, Mr. Palmer, D4S. D4S stands for Do For Self. Everybody's tuning in for the first time. Please subscribe. Please like. We finna definitely dissect this shit to the motherfucking tape. So let's get this thing started. And let's enjoy this shit.
Guys, so I want to come on here and talk about Black men and their propensity to abandon their children and the excuses that they make. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I received 2 TikTok videos that were very interesting to me. And in these videos, you basically have a panel discussion between Black men and Black women taking place, where the Black woman who uploaded this to her TikTok, she's asking Black men basically why they don't take custody of their children if they believe that the mother is preventing them from seeing their children and if they want them so much. Now
you heard what she said. She's saying that, you know, if the mother's so bad, why Black men? See, this thing is, what people need to realize is not just Black men. It's not. See, maybe a lot of these Black women talk about Black men because maybe because, you know, all they deal with is Black men, maybe because all they dealt with was Black men. So I understand, just like Black men only talk about Black women because that's all they dealt with, and that's all they know. But the reality is, y'all, when they talk about child support or family court or baby mama tears, it's all men as a whole. All men as a whole. It's not just the Black man. See, and what kills me is when they sit back and say, well, Black men don't fight, Black men don't do this. But the actuality, that's false. And also, it ain't just Black men fighting about this shit. Because they make it like Black man got the issue, white man doesn't. Zaddy don't have the issue. Y'all seen Caleb on here. Y'all seen videos of white men going through it. Cass Jackson, Chris Cole, all these guys who's considered, I guess you could say, privileged, and they didn't have the privilege to get custody or even have any say when it comes to being a father. So since y'all already know that's false off the top, but L.A.R, I want to know what's your thoughts on that.
This idea that, you know, you just get the kids. The question can be asked, like, can you get the kids for free?
Oh no.
You know, like we're talking as though, hey, listen, I need the kids. Like that's what it is. Like that, you know, I know we're not getting along, blah, blah, blah. I know you don't like me. You know, I know you don't want me to put my wood in this other girl because now you're jealous, but I need the kid, and just I'm gonna come pick them up at 7:30 and that's it. No. Like,
now, in fact, you know what? I want you, since she said that why Black men don't fight. Do you think it's the case that Black men actually don't fight, brother? What do you, from what you know, 'cause you wrote a book on this, what's your take on so-called Black men don't fight, and why, if they just so bad, why don't you just walk in the courtroom, get custody, and go on back about your business and take your child?
well, okay. First and foremost, it's like when y'all saying men and black men don't fight or men don't fight, you never specify the time frame. Because if you're fighting in court, before you even get to court, that's gonna take months. So that's problem number one. So you're not counting. All y'all counting is maybe the hour you might spend in the courtroom, but you don't count the months it might take to get to court, or going through a court battle for years on end. You don't count that. The other thing, outside of court, you know, I'm fighting with, like, women want to act like you need to fight for your kid as if this ain't no like real fight. Like if I came to your house to fight you for the kid, I'll probably beat you up and stomp you out in front of the whole family. Yeah, so this fight is just, you're not going to argue with me and you're not going to get into it with me every day. You're not going to hang up and call me out of my name so I could say, call the police and put a restraining order on you because, you know, I did some stuff, but I won't say what I did. This fight stuff is like, it's passive aggressive. And at the end of the day, no man wants to be around passive aggressive people. So the women never ask, well, why is there a fight in the first place?
The African community said it. Why should we have to fight? See, that's why I say that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We didn't have to fight to knock them up. We didn't have to fight to marry them. We didn't have to fight to fuck them. We didn't have to fight when we was in a relationship to be parents together. But when we break up, now I got to fight to be a father. I got to fight to get equal parent time. I got to fight to have some type of parenting. But then if I say, fuck you, I ain't find a goddamn thing. Wash my hands and move on and go about my business down, but deadbeat. That's what I say, fellas, even women, don't fall for this bullshit, man. Why should you have to fight? Why should you have to go to court to fight over a failing relationship or a failing divorce? But see, they tell you if you don't fight, you weak. They tell you a sucker. They tell you you dumb. They tell you don't love their kids. When actually, the one who don't love the kids is the one who always get primary custody. You know, 85% of these motherfuckers. See? So yeah, I agree to the fullest. So, and again, motherfuckers get mad and say, "Oh, I'm gonna fight for mine." Okay, you fight. You gonna spend your 30,000, your 40,000, your 75,000, and then the only thing you still gonna get is every other weekend. If you can afford it, fight.
On top of that, the vast majority of these baby mamas, y'all don't have to fight to get the money, whether the guy owns child support or not.
Right, 100%. Let's continue.
Listen, we already know that Black men don't value their children. They've been showing this for over 100 years. It just is what it is. If you do the research and if you read enough documents, if you watch enough documentaries, it will become abundantly clear to you that Black men, at least since we've been in this country, have not valued their children by and large. Does that mean that you won't find Black men who value their children? No, that doesn't. But it does mean that as a collective group in general, they do not value children, and they show it. They show it with their behavior. They show it with their language. They show it in Facebook posts that I'm going to show you after I show you this video and some comments. So,
okay, she said that for hundreds of years that fathers don't give a fuck about the child, and fathers, because of their lingo, what they post on Facebook. What you think it is? What do you think when you hear that? Is that true? 100 years that Black father never, cared about their children. What do you think?
I think there's some fathers who don't, but that's not the majority.
Right. Well, she says
right. I don't buy that whatsoever. Like, ironically, it's kind of when people go back, like, let's go back 100 years, let's go back 50 years, let's go back 60 years. Ironically, they say stuff like, you guys today need to be like the guys in yesteryear who were taking care of their family and taking care of their wife, even under Jim Crow and even with quote unquote racism or real racism. And even if they had a side chick, they had a side family across town and they took care of them too. And it's like, so we talking about the same guys. So now the same guys that put your auntie and your mama through college so she could be a feminist. Them the same guys. And you know they don't care about their kids. If you really want to, even if we go with that, and we say, you know what, I agree with your statement. I'm not going to live under the assumption that the mothers actually cared. Because you see more people upset at their moms about their poor parenting skills than you see people upset at their dads. But only thing we do is we play nice with mama.
Right.
You know, that's it.
100%. I want you to see what, I guess, Wise once said. She said, I guess it's a she, you should have chose better. And I'm going to be real with you. I think we all, as individuals, men and women, should have chose better. So, I mean, you saying that, the only thing when a person just come out and say, well, you should have chose better, to me, is just a deflect of the truth. So, I mean, but if that's your response, is just you should have chose better. I think we all as humans should have chose better on a lot of things. It ain't even just talking about child support. It ain't just talking about dealing with the right woman or the right man. So when you say you should have choose better, just to deflect from the truth. So I get it.
You can't handle the truth.
Because when baby mama terrorists complain about a dude that don't take care of their children because for whatever reason, my thing is, if he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, then you as a mother should pick up and do what you have to do as a mother and handle your business. Because if he was dead and gone, you have to do what you got to do. So even what I tell women is to wash your hands and move on, keep your veins cold and take care of that child, because that's supposed to be priority. So that choose better shit is that shit is irrelevant. I don't even take that serious from you. You know, that choose better. Because my suggestion, when you complain about a deadbeat or a black dude or white dude that's a deadbeat, or that's what you call them, Walmart is always hiring. Choose better shit. That shit getting old, man. At least I'd rather pay your child support. Saying choose better don't mean a mother. That shit dead. I'd rather even say pay your child support. I don't take you serious, dude.
I appreciate the choose better for for one reason.
I get it.
Because most people don't want to admit when you chose better.
Right.
See, you got people who actually choose better and have chosen better, and you can see it. And then you got people who chose better and they ran off because, damn, they standards too high. I can't do this.
Right.
So some of y'all not good. Y'all not good to be chosen in the first place, wanting somebody to choose better. That's a whole nother story. You know what?
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying that shit dead. Because when you talk about the shit that's happening in this system, instead of them saying, yeah, you actually right, I didn't know that. They say, well, you should have picked better, or you should have kept your pants. That's usually them fake black feminist black pros that y'all call queens, gods, Mother Earths, and shit like that. The same one that holler white supremacy, but yet they got a black man set up in white supremacy. You can't make this shit up. I don't entertain that. I believe, yeah, you definitely should have choose better. That's why I say men, we have to first take accountability when we change the laws of the mind. So I don't know, what was the purpose of that, but whatever you say, fam. Shout out to Face Facts for the 499. They all know what it is, and they do. It's dual mating strategy backed by government. It's all bullshit. Women abandon the child while they have custody. And let me tell you about that 100%. When it comes to these baby mama terrorist women, they do the most abuse. They do the most neglect. They do the most murders, even when they have somebody or when they don't have somebody. Y'all seen the stats. I posted numerous of times when it comes versus the man or the woman. So far as I'm concerned, you should have chose better and not have kids in the first motherfucker place. Because I don't see how y'all the most best fit, but at the same time, y'all do the most murder when it comes to the children, more abandonment, the more neglect, and also having another dude around to do the same shit. You can't make this shit up. I'm not just talking about your black guards. I'm talking about your Al Karens, your Al Quishas, your Al Senoritas, and all your other motherfuckers. That's why I say, man, you can't handle the truth. I get it. You know, you can say the black man this, the black man that, but the stat shows that y'all are the worst parent between the man and the woman. L.A.R.
That stats don't matter. Facts don't matter. Unless and facts and stats will not beat The Color Purple and Fences and Tyler Perry movies.
Right.
So it's like, we're not like this. Actually, you are. And actually, to be perfectly honest, just like this, social media has really been on father's side. Now we've had some F-ups along the way, like this kind of stuff, but social media has shown you what mothers do. And they so proud of it, it don't make no sense. Yeah. So it's like, hey, we're at a point where say what you want, but mothers look like a bad option.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let's continue, man. You can't make this shit up.
There's a number of different ways that they show it. And see, when I first came to YouTube, I honestly did not know that black men had the mindset that they had. And that's why if you go over some of my old and now very embarrassing videos, you'll see me being a strong advocate for black men. I didn't even like hearing anybody talk badly about black men in front of me. And that's why initially me and the Woman Spear podcast fell out. And we fell out because she was trying to reveal a truth to me about black men that I wasn't willing to see. So she planted seeds, and eventually I saw exactly what she was talking about, which is the very problematic behavior of black men. So it's been long noted. it's been very well documented that as a collective group of men, Black men don't value their children, but there's something in Black women that's unwilling to accept this fact. And I think that's why they still engage in discussions with Black men. They're trying to appeal to whatever humanity they think Black men have, but they're failing to understand that Black men don't perceive reality the way that you perceive it. Black men have a spiritual corruptness and a psychological defect that many Black women can't understand, and even when it's explained to them, they have cognitive dissonance around it, or just an outright unwillingness to believe it because it's not what they want to believe, it's not what they've been taught, it's not what they've been conditioned to believe. What Black women have been conditioned to believe is that Black men have been victimized by everybody, including Black women. So generally, when it comes to children, two things are going to come to a Black woman's mind if a Black man isn't taking care of his children. Now, that's beginning to change, but generally this still holds true for a lot of Black women. So a lot of Black women are going to think that there was some external force that's preventing this Black man from providing for his children. So she will say it's either mass incarceration or welfare or some kind of systemic injustice. And many Black women still do believe that a Black woman won't allow a Black man to provide for his children because many Black women are Black male identified.
I guess she's saying that a lot of Black women still basically support their kings and all that. And I guess trying to make excuse why he don't take care of his children and all this stuff. But I have to ask this question. When it comes to Black men, who are they raised by mostly?
Mom.
Right. The Black woman.
Well, I take that back. They're in the custody of mom, but they normally raised by mom's extended family.
Right. The grandmother, maybe the auntie, but we'll say usually the grandmother. Maybe the great grandmother, the real grandmothers. So again, I'm gonna say this, and I say this shit often. I agree with her and a lot of women that sit back and say a lot of men are not masculine. A lot of men are weak. A lot of men are not thinkers; they're reactors. A lot of men are emotional. A lot of men keep the pants sagging. A lot of men, they are abusive. A lot of men are in the Black community that have a bunch of kids and all that shit, right? I agree with that to the fullest. But what y'all fail to realize is who are raising them, who they're around. They're around the baby mama terrorists. They're around baby mama terrorists who chose single motherism. Whether they're on welfare or whether they're not on welfare. Because the stats shows, and white or Black, stats shows that when you come in a two-parent household or if the father's in the picture, it's less likely the child go to jail, less likely the child to drop out of school, have bad grades, be on drugs, have multiple kids, suicide rates be low, a lot of other things. So yes, when you say that Black men, a lot of Black men are doing this and doing that, and I say this numerous times that Black women are the pillars of our community. Black women are the leaders of our community. Black women been having custody of our boys and girls, especially our boys, for the last 30, 40, and 50, 60 years. Even with the white women, they raised school shooters and lack of fathers. Eliminate the father out the picture. It ain't gotta be welfare. But that's the first thing they I guess motherfuckers should use it welfare, because no, it ain't just welfare. So when you say that, the men are all these different ways, look who raised them. All you can say is the father wasn't in the picture. Why he wasn't in the picture? Was he alienated out the picture? Was he actually a dude that abandoned his family? But it's your job as a mother to be a nurturer, a teacher, and have male figures around. The problem is a lot of y'all motherfuckers don't want no male figures around. You want a sympathy force around. One of these numbers.
Here I come to save the day.
All he want to do is hit that ass. He don't want no He don't give a fuck about that kid. So even if the man not in the picture, it's still your job to do your just do as a mother, do the best you can and have male figures around. Not some nigga that you just met off the block, not some nigga you met off YouTube, not some nigga that you met off Plenty of Fish. You get you your father, and a lot of them didn't even have a father too. Or you get you a coach, you get you a godfather, your brother, your uncle. But no, y'all don't do that. Y'all sit back and say, I can do better all by myself. You holler independent. You holler that we don't need no man. But then when your son becomes the shit that you speak on, you don't talk about why or the history of it. Let's be real. If you're going to tell it, I just say tell it all. And y'all know how I feel about that when it comes to the truth. What my man say about paternity court?
Truth is what it is.
So you halfway right. Let's break down why it is what it is. L.A.R, what's your takes on that?
I mean, first and foremost, a lot of this stuff is projection. Like, you know, what you aren't doing, you put it on another person. Or what you aren't willing to do, you put it on another person. A lot of times, guys look at it from the perspective of, you mean to tell me you, quote unquote, the custodial parent you hit every day, but all of a sudden, if I'm not there, the reason why this kid is failing because I'm not there, but you're not going to say the reason why this kid's failing is because you're there.
100%.
And even with this abandonment, let's just admit that the kids didn't get abandoned. Him hitting your cheeks got abandoned. And the kid is what you're saying got abandoned. You know, you done dried up and nobody's tapping that no more. So now the kid's abandoned. And it's like, no, actually, let's reverse this. I feel like old boy from Boomerang. Let's reverse it. You know, there are more mothers who got cell phones, who kids got cell phones, that they blocked the daddy on the kid's cell phone.
Facts.
Then there are dads who got the kids and they got a phone and they blocking the mama and their whole family.
100%.
See, this is something that you guys, you don't hear guys say, well, you need to fight to talk to your baby. You don't get that. There are more people who, fathers who, you want to pick up the kid? Okay, no problem. Come on. Then you want to pick up the kid? Go ahead. Oh, hey, okay, come on. And then you just pick up and leave with the kid. And where y'all at? Oh, at the last minute, we just had to run to the grocery store. And now I'm going to take the kid and I'm going to go to the movies. And after that, matter of fact, we going to a Drake concert at the last minute. We won't be home until 3 in the morning because I'm taking them to the club with me because you don't even allow this kid no way. We don't do that. You know, so you take into consideration all the things that are happening, and when these situations keep happening, you're like, wait a minute. You know, these guys don't want to be in their kid's life. No, or these guys aren't active, or these guys are deadbeats, or these guys are fighting, or not fighting hard enough. Which, by the way, we never specify which guys we talking about.
100% facts.
So, see, you don't want to talk about the guys, because the majority of black men are, quote, in the middle class. No matter how you slice it with the numbers, where the middle class starts at this amount. Okay, well, guess what? Even though it starts at that amount and it goes to this amount, most of the men are in the middle class. You're not talking about those guys.
Right.
What you're talking about is the guys who ain't even in the middle class.
Right.
And what you're talking about is you like that kind of guy because you can argue with that kind of guy. Because even the guys who ain't ish or ain't shit and you get pregnant by, when they decide to grow up and be a man and become a man, they get more problems out of you when they grow up than they do when they play around.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. You know what? I want to give a shout out to the Big Mike drop for the 999. He said, great topic, bro. Y'all need to subscribe to him, man. He definitely doing his thing over there. You know, he just started and I fucks with it. I'll be on this show soon, man. Shout out to Big Mike drop. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, this fake sent your G in here, you know, Yeah, it's just a troll. Let's definitely continue. It's funny.
And look, we understand why black women have been conditioned to worship black men. It just is what it is. So those are the things that come to a black woman's mind, but that's not true. And I think that black women literally need to start paying very close attention to what black men are doing, not just with you as a black woman, but with other groups of women, and stop paying attention to his weak excuses. Because the bottom line of it is that black men can petition the Supreme Court multiple times to end anti-miscegenation laws, then black men have the ability to petition the same Supreme Court in order to change child custody laws in their favor.
Now, she's saying if they got the power to change or something, whatever the fuck she was saying, but
interracial dating.
Huh?
Interracial dating.
Oh, that was okay.
Yeah.
That was black men. I thought, well, here, see, the true history of the law when it came to interracial dating wasn't black men. It was actually
Loving versus Virginia.
Right. It was a white man who married a black woman. I want y'all to know this. See, you heard what she said. She said that black men changed the law when it came to interracial. That's false. That's false. It was a white man and a black woman. A white man, zaddy, that y'all call, and a black woman. It was in Virginia.
No, that's not what she said, fam.
Say, okay.
That's what she said. What she said is brothers petitioned, basically petitioned more to be able to marry white women. Like the fact is, it was done because of a white man with a black woman. But she's basically saying, see, the way y'all went to court to marry white women, y'all don't go to court to get y'all kids.
So you saying, because I didn't know, so you saying that before the white dude and the black woman got the laws changed, because it went all the way to the Supreme Court. You saying it was just black men trying to change the law, not white women?
No, it wasn't just black men. But she's just talking about the black men who petitioned.
But I mean, just like I just said, was it just black men?
No.
So why is she saying? I know you can answer why she's saying it, but why is she making like it's just black men that apply for this shit? It's not.
That's the kind of half-truth things that kind of throw people off.
Okay, and this is what I want y'all to realize. It wasn't just black men that tried to change the law. It was also white men, it was also black women, and it was also white women. So, and the laws changed when the white man and the black woman, I believe it's on Netflix, matter of fact. I forgot the name. I forgot the last name. But it's on Netflix, and you can Google it yourself. The reason why interracial is allowed is because of them too. They fought all the way to the Supreme Court. It wasn't just black men petitioning it like she's saying. And so what I'm trying to tell y'all, even when it came to the interracial marriages and all that shit, it took everyone as a whole, black, white, blue, green, to make it happen. So even when it comes to child support, what I tell y'all always, it takes white, black, blue, green in order to be a whole to try to change the laws. The reason why the laws is not going to change because us won't come together as men. Not just a black man, not just a white man. The white man don't even have the power to change the laws. Remember yesterday I showed you all them fathers' rights shit and all the different states and countries and shit like that? Who started the fathers' rights movement? White men. And these supposed to be the number one of the world in the nation. And they can't even change that law. So for her to say that black men must, why they can't change the law, because we don't have that power. Sorry. If the white man ain't able to do it, what the fuck you think we got the power to do it? Am I lying?
No, but
right.
I can't say I was watching, what was it, the lead attorney? He was on Lapeef and them.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how even in Georgia, they're trying to just make it even from the jump.
A lot of states trying to do that. That shit been on the table. Illinois,
right. Exactly. So,
right.
And people don't want to take into consideration that, you know, when you say fight for your kids, you do realize it's women fighting against it being even from the jump in court.
Right. And who are these women? Feminism. Yeah. See, so you can miss me with that bullshit. And I'm gonna tell y'all from that statement she even said about the interracial and all that shit, just in case y'all want to fall for that bullshit.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
See, anytime these stupid motherfuckers come out talking about, oh, black men need to fight for this, and black men, why don't they do this versus that? Black men don't have the power like that. Let's be real now. We real over here. White man's supposed to have this power, but even white men don't have this power. Because now if you see the white feminist Al Karen's got more power than the white man. That's why now the white man is like, we need to come together because it's hurting everybody. They the new niggas when it comes to family court and child support, not us. Y'all remember that shit. Don't fall for that okie doke shit. And this is why I say we as men have to come together as a whole, and we could make change. But unfortunately, due to a lot of these dudes who was raised by single motherism from baby mama terrorists, they're raised to be male feminists. They raised to be Mighty Mouse ass niggas.
Here I come to save the day.
They call they women's gods and Mother Earths and dear mamas and shit like that. So for her to sit back and say that why black men can change this or fight for that, but don't fight for that, because it takes more than just a black man. So that's why I said from Malcolm X on down to Denzel, don't fall for that fuck shit. I want to give a shout out to Game of Lives Matter for the $5 donation. He said, shout out to L.A.R. movement, the chicken sandwich king, and the high value deadbeat teddy bear that's taking up my spot on the couch. I got to do better. 100%. 100%. Couch game. Go ahead, L.A.R. Like you wanted to say something else.
Even with the laws, the one thing white guys don't have not caught up with, they don't get enough paternity tests.
Yeah.
See, that's their issue is the baby white. I'm white. We white. Y'all don't know who baby that is half the time. You know, because white women are notorious for, you know, with black women, the color and the features and all of that stuff, the mix of it, it gives you some, whether it's your baby or not, some things can give you pause and like, I don't know about this baby. White guys, y'all don't do nothing unless the baby show up like John Redcorn.
100%.
Yeah. So it's like when they start doing that, that will kind of usher in a faster change.
The Big Mike drop, shout out to him. It was Loving versus Virginia that was overturned. Pace versus Alabama. And that was back in 1881. That's the truth, not black men petitioning shit. We don't, you gotta remember back then, black men ain't had no motherfucking power. Come on, man. That's why I say, man, I gotta say it again for my boy Denzel, speak for Malcolm X.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
And for those who didn't know this, just go on Netflix. They did a movie about it, but you can Google it and look it up yourself. That's why I tell y'all, these motherfuckers talk this shit and they don't even know their own history, but these supposed to be the most educated motherfuckers on the planet.
Hold up.
I don't know.
Let's see, Pace versus Alabama was a black man and a white woman. That's why they bringing this shit up.
Oh, so they ain't about the loving. Okay, so it ain't about loving.
That's part of the petition they talking about.
So
right. That was actually, it was 1883, but Pace was a black dude and the woman, shit, I done lost her damn name just now.
Aware about that. I was aware about the loving in Virginia.
And Mary J. Cox, which would kind of be interesting that Mary J. Cox. Anyway, but
which one came out first?
This was it started in 1881. They didn't have a decision until 1883.
So basically it was a black man and a white woman who fought for it, but it didn't get passed until the white man and the black woman, right? Loving.
Right, because they got put in Pace versus Alabama, they got put in jail.
Well, actually, Loving, he was locked up. He was arrested. He didn't do time, but he was arrested. And they threatened him, if you come back in here, they told him to move away, but then they came back and they told him, if you come back and we find out y'all here and y'all married, because they basically put them in exile, you going to jail. They told him he was going to jail. So now also, so the reason why she's saying is because of the black man and the white woman, but she forgot to talk about the white man and the black woman, which is Loving, is the one who passed the law based off interracial marriages.
Well, okay, this one, Pace versus Alabama, basically, that was part of the 14th Amendment where you can't, that was part of the predecessor for everybody has equal protection under the law. Because they sent them both to jail for being together for 2 years, and then they had to come back on an appeal. And it's like, hey, man, you can't, you know, and that's what caused part of the 14th Amendment where we all have to have equal protection under the law. And it took another damn near 50, 60 years, you know, for them to actually follow through with that, you know.
Okay, I got it. Maxie, she might be a Cynthia G supporter. She said what she means is if they petition all this for this, why not petition for your kids? And maybe you just came in here. I just said when it comes to child support or when it comes to equal parenting, it's not just black men. It's gonna take more than just black men. White men been fighting for this for a long time, for equal rights, equal parenting. They've been fighting. Why do you think they got all this fathers' rights movement going on? The white man started the fathers' rights movement. The white man pays the most in child support. The white man commits the most suicide off alienation and child support. White men are on child support more than anybody, which is, I mean, it's a given. The white feminist parents.
So let me ask a question to Maxie. So you think if black men petition for their kids, is that what black mothers need to say? You know what, you can have a kid because you petition for it. Is that like, okay, he really want this kid so bad he petitioned for it, so you know what, you can have the baby. Because there's plenty of guys who petitioned. It don't stop there. Some of us been drug out of court like the Sandman on Apollo.
That's true. So, and like I also said, Maxie, that it takes white men, black men, Latino man. The black man don't have that power. The white man thought he had that power until child support came in the mix and family court. They don't have that power either. It takes men of all colors to come together to make that change. So when you know, I understand what she's saying about the black man, but it ain't, when it comes to child support family court, it's not just the black man. We not the most hurt when it comes to child support, believe it or not. So that's why I say if you're gonna tell it all. Don't just say black men whine and cry about child support when the white man been complaining about this for over what, 80 years. You can look it up. It's in the history. Child support was created for them. They abandoned their families, and it was justified back in 1935. But it was in the 1950s when all that shit changed with the bullshit. But you know, I get it. I got what you're saying, but she still ain't telling the whole story. But appreciate you with the comment. Want to give a shout out to Ace Thunder for the $5 donation. He said, shout out to L.A.R. movement and any channel that has him on his platform. 100%, man. Appreciate you, brother. Y'all need to get his book. What's the book called? Let them know about that book, brother.
Lessons from a non-custodial father. And those lessons wound up having, I got custody, so whatever. So if you want to work down that road, there you go.
Right. And you know, men don't get custody like that. But fortunately, he was able to get custody. How long did it take you to get custody, brother?
176 years, give or take. You know.
Sounds about right. Now, you was fighting and doing what you had to do, spend your money and fought tooth and nail and everything. Did the baby mama Ted say, you know what? He's fighting. He's doing his thing. Here you go. You get custody.
What was that song called? Hell no. To the no.
I got to add on the ad lib for that.
Shit.
Yeah, I got you. Say no more. I understand. Shout out to my boy Tola for the $5 donation. He said, she my baby mama. I'm on child support. Oh, can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. She's my baby mama. She's Lexus, finest sugar daddies. And doing setups. Yeah, 100% facts. Shout out to you, man. Flame 100. Video coming soon. Yeah, shout out to you. I want to give a shout out to Snuggles for the $5 donation. She says, I heard somebody said teddy bear why did you make why you all make me come out of my slumber? I was busy listening to a young lady complain about men who she loves. You funny as hell. Y'all don't talk about my homie on the couch, man. He had to get his mind right. Let's continue.
This is what it is. If you've been considering homeschooling online or GoFundMe today, all right? So go to thezayexinstitute.org and enroll your child today. Men fight and people fight for what they value. So if Black men are not fighting for the right to be in their children's lives more, or if Black men are not overcoming the obstacles that they think are in their way, it's because they simply do not care. And this video discussion is going to show you that they don't care. So
Maxie said, read my other comment. We can shift the culture. Let's be real. These men get mad when they have to watch their kids. I don't know what type of niggas. I ain't saying you, but I don't know what type of niggas that women have dealt with that don't want to be wild with their children. I mean, truthfully, I don't know. If you come out of Pookie or Ray Ray, I don't know fuck arounds like that. So I mean, if that's the case, then I feel sorry for that mama. But this over here ain't about supporting the Pookie or Ray Ray. But even the Pookie and Ray Ray care about their kids, man. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead and
I'm
do
gonna
it.
do it. I'm gonna do it. Listen, am I gonna say there aren't guys like that exist? That'd be a lie. Are those are minority guys? That would be true. But here's an ironic thing. I don't understand why women and mothers play this game as if it's not these guys don't want to watch their kids. These guys don't want you to dictate when and where they can see their kid when you want to do some shit. That's what it is. When the court says, hey, these are the days, you don't follow that shit. When you get in your feelings, you don't want the guy to see the kid, you do this. But when you want to go to the Beyonce concert and it's the wrong damn day or weekend, or you want to drop them kids off real quick. Or when your family tired of watching your kid because they know you a shitty parent, now you need to come watch your kid. Wait, player. I can't just call off work because I got this child support, remember?
And she said at this point, this is will for ignorance. My thing is, I don't give it to say will for ignorance. I mean, because a lot of these baby mama terrorist feminists are ignorant, because you say men need to fight for their kids, and then which a man shouldn't have to fight to be a father, but then they fight for their children, and now they're deadbeat because they fight for their children. I would never get it and understand. And my thing is, at the same time, you decided to my body, my choice, and keep that child to a nigga that you hate.
Like, I'm gonna keep it short when I say this. Like Cynthia said in the comment, people fight for things that they value. So right. So the guys need to fight for his kids because he values the kids. So that would also mean that the mothers are fighting for these fathers not to see their kids because they value these kids not having a father.
Right. I don't give a fuck about them kids, because anybody who keep a father away, that means they hate the man more than they love their own kids. You sit back and say that's not true and men should fight more. I'm not finna waste my investment, lose my livelihood for your dumb ass while you sit back and collect the check at Walmart and shit. I'm not going. So been there, done that. I want to give a shout out to Jay Stein for the $5 donation. She made a dumb argument. If Black women wasn't abusing the law, then why would Black men need to fight to change the law? She is admitting to BFF hashtag dead womanhood. Shout out to you, my brother. Yeah, you're right. That's why I say, I know y'all say y'all irritated about abortion and all that, but y'all need to learn. Y'all need to hear it from the horse's mouth. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hologram for the $2 donation. He said Loving was 17 when she began screwing. Loving was 17 when they began screwing. She was 11. She who?
That's the Black girl.
Oh, the Black girl's 11?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn. Shout out to Hologram. That's some shit, ain't it?
Well, you know, y'all like talking about R. Kelly, but y'all don't like talking about these white boys. Anywho,
let me play that right quick. You know,
keep on using me until you use me up.
And I want to give a shout out to the 4 dislikes. And on behalf of Corey Holcomb, for the rest of the 3 dislikes, I didn't forget about y'all. I gotta look out for you.
Bitch, fuck all y'all.
Yeah. So appreciate the dislike. Shout out to Smirgo for the $2 donation. She said, "How is giving the kids to the father abandonment? You can't make this shit up." That is a good question, brother. That is a good question. Shout out to Red's Barbershop for the 499 super sticker. Appreciate you, my brother. I want to give a shout out to Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Hey, man, that sounds like a good ass title. That's what it seemed like we talking about today. Shout out for the $5 donation. He said, "Salute." Shout out to you, fam.
Long live the habitual line steppers. That's you know, had to say that when he does that.
Yeah, 100%. Let's continue.
I want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody who sent me content. If you want to contribute, the email is in the description box, pinned to the comment section. If you haven't already done so, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. When you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know every time I go live and when I upload new content. So without further ado, I want you guys to listen to both of these videos, listen to the question that she's asking, and listen to the reaction from Black men. Just like I always do, immediately after the video, you're going to see some comments. And then when I come back, we're going to talk about these comments. And then I want to show you a post that was put on Facebook because it's very disturbing, but it highlights exactly what I've been saying about Black men. So go ahead, take a look at these videos. I'll come back for further commentary.
You could answer this question.
I want to give a shout out to Leon's son for the $5 donation. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to you, my brother. Let's see what she's talking about. Ask your child father this question. Let's see what he got to say. Also, if y'all want to subscribe to Cynthia G, this is a YouTube channel. I ain't never told y'all don't subscribe to so and so and so and so. You had it right. I ain't like that, you know what I mean? Free will. I just let y'all see for what it is over here. There's so many different lanes. Y'all can watch different avenues. So who am I to tell you don't watch her? So that's her YouTube page. There you have it. Let's talk about whatever she asked this dude. Let's see.
When she had that child, what was it that made you let the child stay with her? Why didn't you, as a man, as a father, say, I'm going to take my child. I'm not in a relationship with you. I care for my child. I want my child. I'm going to take my child and I'm going to raise my child. Why is it that you let the mother keep the child? What? What? First of all, the mother.
I don't think that's an option.
No, I gotta say that ain't no motherfucker. Hold on. For one, let's get it straight. If my daughter mother was a motherfucking drug addict, a fucking alcoholic, all the only reason?
Yeah, that would be the only reason.
For one, if your child mother is doing very well for themselves in a stable environment, got their own, whatever the case may be, they're doing good for themselves. Why would you not allow your child, your first of all, daughter, why would you not stop? No, I'm not. First of all, when it comes to nurturing, the child mother, if she's in an excellent condition to nurture, ain't no motherfucking way I'm taking my child away from my daughter mother if she's in an excellent condition to nurture.
Why are you looking at it as taking away? Because you're not taking the child away. You're taking the child to live with you instead of living with the mother. That's not taking them away.
Yes,
no, it's not. Because you're
you know what? What's your take on what dude said? I mean, here's the thing. Well, first, let me read what Maxie. Maxie said the willful ignorance comment isn't what I wanted you to read. I wanted you to read where I said we shift the culture. Black men have that power, but don't want to put in the work. Like I say, when it comes to child support, I can only speak on child. I can't speak on none else. I could only speak on what I know and what I research and what I learned. when it comes to child support family court, it takes more than just black men, because it's not just a black man issue. Even though people want to use the stigma of it's a black man issue, whining and crying, everything, it's not. If you look at my previous video, I'll tell you about the Title 4D. The child support system is not about the best interest of the child. The child support is about that $51 billion that they make a year. It's not about it's not even about giving a fuck about the mother. It's about what benefits this system. And you just have to do more looking it up. If you want to come on here, I'll send you the link and you can tell me more what you're talking about, because when it comes to this system, it takes all men as a whole to try to change this law. For example, in Illinois, I'm in Illinois, Chicago, Dumbledore Golf Cottage Grove. I sleep on the couch for a living. They have the equal parenting time on the table. It's been on the table for 10 years. The reason why they won't take it off the table and say we're gonna make it an effect, because of not enough people are fighting for it. You know why? Because the majority of people here in Illinois are feminists. The women run the system. So even if it's 100,000 men standing out there trying to change the laws, you got millions of feminist baby mama gonna say, hell no, because if you get equal parenting time, then that's less money that she'll get in child support. Not only that, that's less money that the government will get. Instead of getting $4 million this year, they'll get $2 million. And I got a video that I post on my platform where they fought trying to keep equal parenting off the table. And the white dude, he was a assembly, some type of lawyer or state's attorney or something. He said, we do not want to put the 50 equal parenting time out here because we're going to lose millions of dollars. It's a money game. It's not about the best interest of the child. Never was. Now, back in 1935, when they started child support, it was because the white men abandoned their family. The woman wasn't allowed to work. The white woman, it was for married white women. It wasn't for unwedded women. It was legit. They go overseas. They wouldn't come back. They stand over there, wherever they was when they fighting the war. In this day and age, they don't care who runs to the court, whether he's in the picture, not in the picture. He can live in the same household, be on child support. All they care about is keeping that $51 billion quota. So it takes more than just black men. Not saying that black men can't start it. A lot of us do fight. I'll tell you, there's a lot of fathers' rights movements out here. It's always been one. And these white men who started it. But when people say men don't fight and all that shit, is a fucking lie. You know what I mean? The problem is people don't even care. They don't give a fuck. They don't want to change the law. Why would they want to change the law when they got all this money and power? That's just the truth. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and that's why I come out on my platform. So when people talk about black men don't want to be fathers and all that shit, it's a fucking lie. It's just a lie. And I come with the stats and everything else. And ain't just black men either. It's all men, you know, because let y'all tell it, you know, black men are the biggest deadbeats, but how when 54% of black men are childless and unmarried? So come on now. Which one is it? Can't be both. You know what I mean? But I will say shout out to you because we is dialoguing. Ain't no disrespect. So I appreciate you for talking real at that. You know what I'm saying? That's what adults do. So what you think about dude? Because seemed like the way the brother was talking, he was saying that she's not a bad mother. She's not on drugs. She's not on crack. She's not alcoholic. She's there. She's nurturing the baby. Why would I take the baby away? I disagree when he said take the baby away. If I go take my daughter, my son, and they live with me, that's not taking the baby away. So I disagree with that shit. But he didn't say she was a baby mama tears either.
Right. Like I think it's a lot of word salad. And you got to be careful. For me, I look at it like word salad when I'm dealing with people, because some people say child and they mean infant, and some people say child and they actually mean child. So taking them out of it for a second, biologically speaking, where on the planet is there any species of any mammal that has a child and it's not with the mother in infancy?
That's true.
Now, as far as when that kid gets a little bit older, you know, now we got Infamil and, you know, and all that stuff. So now you can actually feed the baby without needing the breast. But even the court have a hard time with that. You know, they have a hard time. But what about the bonding between mother and child? It's like, okay, so they could still bond on the weekends, right? And it's like, no, it's not like that, because they even go back to nature. So it's like when you make these arguments that are anti what happens naturally for the sake of what you can do legally, forgetting that the people in the court still looking at nature also, you being disingenuous. Because unfortunately, this is going to go on in your own family and in the mother's family. Because man, she just had the baby. Why would you take the baby? That's just disrespectful. That's just bad taste. You're being mean. You're being evil. You see, you starting a problem where a problem doesn't exist by, she ain't even got out the hospital yet. Like, if you really want to take the baby from jump, that's where you're going to take the baby. You didn't have it. You pushed it out. Mm-hmm. I don't give a damn. She in them stirrups. Give me this baby. We out. So that's not going to happen. You can't even go to a hospital and say, hey, she had the baby now. I'm the daddy and all that. So let me explain something to you. She don't need to see the baby no more. This is my baby. There's no way you can do it.
Right. You're not even allowed to go in the room if she say, I don't want you in the room because of HIPAA. She can use that shit. Let alone take the baby out the hospital, say it's yours. I mean, father what dude said, he talking about he feel like he taking the baby away. Nigga, you ain't taking no baby away.
It's your baby, but the actual,
yeah.
How does that practically work in practical application?
Right. I want to give a shout out to Jay Shine for the $5 donation. She said, I'm in 3 Black Father Facebook group. One of them is 91K strong. All we do is support fathers. Show me one Black mother group that's 91K strong. #Lion Hoes. You know what? I'm in Black Fathers as well. I think that's the one you're talking about because the brother, I think he's from Philly or he's from Baltimore. He's somewhere over east. He got a check mark now. He's definitely been doing the Lord's work. And you're right. I ain't seen no Black mother group like that unless I hate my baby daddy and my baby daddy ain't shit. I will say that you 100% right on that. But I want to read this up here. It look like it's I don't know, this like Instagram, I guess. Jonte Jackson. She squatted down, selfie, gotta show the cleavage and everything else. She says, so again, that concept is so far removed from a man's mind. How dare I take care of my child on my own? Breed a single mother, but can't breed a single dad. Stories that he's the creator said, the topic at hand was once the baby is born, why don't men take the baby from the hospital? That's the question. You can't take no baby from the hospital like that. Who the fuck? I don't even know how that question should even be. You already know you can't take the baby out of the hospital. Not the man, not like that.
Matter of fact, let me add on to that real quick. There have been children kidnapped, babies, newborns kidnapped from hospitals. That's been a thing. Has a man ever been able to do it?
No. You know what? Check this out. Hey, y'all. Y'all disagree with Maxie? That's cool, but don't disrespect. Don't tell her to shut the fuck up and all that shit. She's entitled to her opinion. Long as she ain't in here calling y'all, niggas and sellouts and all this shit. Don't disrespect her because she's entitled to her opinion. You know what I mean? So long as she ain't disrespectful you like that, like the other one, the Cynthia G talking about some you all to be on child support and y'all, she ain't doing that. So don't disrespect her on that level. You disagree, prove your talking point. You know what I say, be a thinker, not reactor. You don't have to do that because all they do is prove her point that y'all motherfuckers ain't even good to talk to. So don't do that. I'm just saying, we adults here. You know what I mean? She got her reasons for whatever the reason is, and we just continue to dialogue as men and even women. Now, when she get ratchet, be like one of them baby mama terrorists, then you know how to handle that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a really issue with her. She just disagree. Maybe she been around a bunch of niggas, ain't shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to do all that. Even if you think she clueless, it's just do it in a different manner. You ain't got to do it like that. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. Shout out to United Fitness. That's my man from Mexico. $100 donation. He said, what it do, Mr. Palmer? You know who who it is, all the way from Mexico. That's my man from the East Coast who actually ran for child support and went to Mexico and never came back. Shout out to you, my brother. Hey, bro, I want you to come on the show tomorrow. I'm going to hit you when I get off so you could talk about he's willing to train men. He's willing to train men for free if you want to lose weight and get yourself in order. He'd rather deal with you men to lose weight, change the laws of your mind physically, than deal with a baby mama Terrace who's paying. That's how serious he is about you getting yourself in order. So he's gonna come in here tomorrow, so he could definitely tell his talk about what he's doing, what you do fitness. Y'all definitely need to fuck with him. Y'all know who he is. That's my man Roger from Mexico. Shout out to him for the $100.
Hold up, fam. Hey, Edward Anderson in the chat. Is that Smurgo in the picture?
Smurgo?
I like when he was like Smurgo set it off on Facebook. So I'm asking the guy, is that Smurgo?
Which one? Shout out to Smurgo.
The guy in the actual picture.
Oh, is that the dude? You know what? It was a Smurgo on here.
He said, "Hell yeah, that's Smurgo."
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Hey.
I knew it was somebody in the madness, but I couldn't picture who it was exactly.
So you know who Smurgo is?
Yes.
Wait a minute. So Smurgo is the dude with the shiny on his face?
Yes.
Hey, fam, you got to change your wardrobe, G, because your face is kind of shiny, fam. And I'm like, man, you ain't my representative. If you still up in here, I want you to come on here and I want to get your thoughts on why you said what you said, which I do agree with. Hey, you want me to marry you? You got a son. Give your son to the father. I agree that to the fullest. But yeah, y'all definitely need to come on here, man. Shout out to Edward Anderson. What's going on, brother? I definitely want him to state his case. I definitely want to state his case because he's
Smurgo, because you look like you got kicked out of Jagged Edge in that picture, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so please, we got to talk about that, fam. World Class say Maxie disrespectful. Hey, you know what, Maxie? Since I appreciate you standing up in here and listening to everything. You know, I guess I ain't too bad. You want to come on and speak your piece? I mean, I'll put the link up for you to come in here. You know, we talk with the dope and everything. You know what I mean? I'm here to hear what your story, you know, what the situation. You might be telling the truth. Right is right, is wrong over here. Want to give a shout out to Snuggles for $5 donation. She says, I thought when you said the N-word is a term of endearment, how is it now considered an insult? I am perplexed. Can you please explain? Well, it depends on how you say it. I mean, you know, that's just my thoughts. What's your thoughts on that, L.A.R? I try not to say the N-word, but sometimes it just flows that way.
I mean it disrespectfully when I say it. So, you know, I got out of endearment.
It depends on how you say it.
You know, I got out of endearment. So it's like, I get it.
Yeah. Shout out to Snuggles, though. I get it, too. Edward Anderson says, shout out to Smurgo for setting the Facebook fire on fire. Smurgo need to come on in here, man. I gotta hear it as we continue. Let's get finish play. Maybe he's still in here. Let me talk about this shit. Shout out to R. Escobar for the $5 donation. JLP got a part 2 interview with Cynthia G that shows the true nature of a woman. Don't be deceived by these Eves. I understand to the fullest, 100%. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue. Hold up. Maxie say not at all. I don't usually comment on stuff like this on platforms because I know how riled up people can get, and I don't need that energy in my life. I ain't get riled up with you. Matter of fact, I ain't even been disrespectful to you. I told you, you come on here, you will be treated with respect. If you got a different thought about it, you have that right. I'm not gonna tell you stupid because you think all black men ain't shit. I just want to know why you believe all men ain't shit or they don't fight to be fathers, and I'm gonna show you my proof, my evidence, and if you still don't believe it, you got that right. I don't do that. So I don't know. Oh, you talking about the chat, man? If you come on here, man, you can't worry about what the chat say. If I go on Cynthia G channel, I know the majority of them are gonna say, fuck you, deadbeat, you ain't trying to be a father. Look at that hat. I'm not gonna get in my feelings about them. I'm talking to 6 G. That's just how I get down. I'm not gonna be emotional, worried about with a motherfucker in the back, especially if they some baby mama terrorists. You know what I'm saying? You won't be disrespected if you come on here. I mean, I had Nikki Nike on here, and believe me, she told me who hurt you 20 times. I didn't get in my feelings, and we ended up having a good dialogue. Differences, but we had a good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nikki Knight, even though she's a baby mama terrorist, but shout out to her. Yeah. So no, it won't be like that, man. I mean, shit. Not over here. Let's continue. She says, I got the question twice, and my response was based off your response to a question, whatever that means. Stories dad says, so why you say breed a mother but can't be a single dad? That has nothing to do with it. It's just the fact that at hand, why don't men take the child at birth? I don't understand that, bro. Can you understand it?
I guess he's trying to say you can't get a baby out of the hospital from the last message. Like you know, you can't take a child at birth if you're a father. It's just not gonna happen.
You can't.
You know, that's not.
I mean, if that's what he's saying, yeah, he's right. I don't know how somebody think that's kidnapping. You can't.
So even like if we can extend it, you know, how successful can you be? You can pick up the child after you get out the hospital,
right?
You know. But once you say I ain't bringing the kid back, it's gonna be a fight.
Right.
So, you know, this idea like you could just, you know, hey man, like you can't do. For some odd reason, like women that claim guys are deadbeats and they could just walk away from kids. You know, hey, it's me, Frankie, baby, I ain't coming home no more.
Right.
But they don't realize, well, it don't work that way when you want to take the kid with you. Hey, it's me, Frankie, baby, and I'm taking the kids with me. We ain't coming home no more. Then all
911. 911.
They turn into Wyclef and Mary J. Blige.
Yep. 911. That's 100% fact. No, let's continue, man. Story's dad says she carried a child for 9 months, so why would a man take the baby from her at birth? I won't unless she's unfit. If she's not unfit, would you? Why would you? So he's saying that if she's not if she's fit and she's a good mother and we get along, why would I take the baby? And I agree. Why would I take the baby? She said, and your response warranted my response. This is how I feel and perceive when you what you're saying. I can't be shaken. I don't understand the response. Can you tell me? You know, I'm from Cottage Grove.
I don't get either. You know, some women can say, you know, okay, so what's unfit? Because see, nobody's specific. If a guy says she unfit, she got to be crazy than the mug. But here's the issue: some of y'all ladies, y'all might be unfit, but y'all might say, "Oh, I'm going through postpartum." So you know this is gonna end after a while. Like this is new to me. You might be unfit. No, when I was pregnant, my hormones was going crazy, so I was acting in all these ways. That's not really how I act. You know, people don't want to say it's not just guys who switch up when women get pregnant. Women switch up, or she just might be on a power trip. You know, if I taking the kids out and taking all the drama out. Some of y'all just don't want to take into consideration that some ladies are upset because they lost their body. And you might not be able to get that kid until she get her body back. God forbid that kid have a big head, then she might not get that thing back. And then, you know, it's hostage season.
I ain't thinking about that. Shout out to Pardon My Presence, $10 donation. He says, we got to stop messing with women who ain't in our tax brackets. If she make more than you or as much as you ain't paying child support if you got joint custody. It starts from those you choose. my baby mama Terry at the time make way more than I did, or make more money, and the judge didn't believe in equal pay at the time, even though I've been in my kid's life from day one, and I served her papers and I fought. So it still depends on the judge, depend on the court system and the state and all that bullshit. I don't pay that much in child support. That's why I don't fuck no child support. It's fuck child support, because this is the reason why a lot of shit exists today. Alienation, baby mama terrorism, and all this bullshit. Not because I don't want to pay child support, but I don't think a man should have to pay child support to a baby mama terrorist who alienate kids out the picture, who manipulate kids, they hate the father, and to cause havoc and take away the innocence. And far as I'm concerned, if you get mad because all he pays is child support that you want it, I tell you again, Walmart is always hiring. So it depends, yeah. But if you're gonna deal with somebody, hopefully they make the same amount or more than you, so you ain't have to worry about if child support you pay $1,000 and you actually pay $200 in the blunt amount. I get you, 100%, bro. And that's why I say you have to change the laws in your mind and stop getting with just any woman just because you talking about that ass though and all that shit.
That ass though, right?
Just because it's easy, equal opportunity, because she got a name, a status, and cash. No, you do your due diligence to find out who the fuck you dealing with. Let them earn that ping. Don't just fuck any random broad. Please don't, because you'll be in a situation just as this. You can't make this shit up. You can't. So yeah, 100%. Let's continue. User said, I'm just not going to let that happen as a mother. Most mothers wouldn't. Even if she's a piece of shit, she's not gonna let it happen. You know why? You're not taking away my link card. You're not taking away my extra child support. You're not taking away my Section 8 voucher. Oh hell no! You're not gonna take my Jim Crow Joe benefits he been giving us lately. That's my rent I ain't gotta pay. Hell no! It ain't because they love their motherfucking kid. No, not at all. No. Let me continue. Brittany Stable says shouldn't have laid down with that man. You could have died giving birth. Y'all giving excuses. What the fuck that's supposed to mean? I understand that it's a risk being on the table, but God, the one y'all call Jesus and worship and y'all say is the head of your life, is the one that gave that for you because you fucked up. That was a penalty. Even though a lot of people say that it was a blessing and all that, no. It's because of the Adam and Eve shit. Adam was the biggest sucker in the beginning of the time, and the baby mama Terrence was Eve in the beginning of the time. That was the punishment.
I mean, if y'all bring God into this, God ain't never paid child support.
And yeah, you're right. God ain't nothing dealing with child support. And for those who think I'm lying that Walmart always hiring, here's the application for y'all. Careers.walmart.com is always hiring. If you don't like Walmart, you anti-Walmart, Amazon. Give them the link to Amazon, y'all. Just give them the link. We're gonna help you out. We're gonna help you out. You should have choose a better job. That's how I look at it. Marcus or Marquis said, in which state or hospital do they let the father take the child away in any situation unless it's court ordered or she died on the table? That's 100% facts. It seemed like this conversation was kind of twisted. Why would I take my son? Number one, you can't take your child out the hospital just like that. I'm sorry. Unless, died on the table. The state can walk up and take that baby as soon as she give birth. Yeah, that can happen. The father don't have that power. You that's kidnapping. And like you said, brother, maybe after it's time for y'all to go, you can take it and run, and she will have to go to court and file and go from there. They'll say it's a civil matter, or some super Dave ass cop will say, what?
Here I come to save the day.
What's your take on
that? We playing in territory that people already know the answers with. Like, you've never seen this stuff happen in real life. You've never heard of this stuff happening in real life because it's not possible to happen. So now, because that can't happen initially, now all of a sudden, people want to bring everything else into it because okay, let me put it to you like this. So the guy can't take the baby. So you ladies who feel like, okay, maybe I get it. He can't take the baby out the hospital. A woman would have to do it. So you cool with his mama taking the baby out? You cool with his sister taking the baby out? Or you cool with his new girlfriend or his wife taking the baby out the hospital?
Oh, hell no. She better even be there. Let them tell
right. So who can actually take the baby out of the hospital and away from the mother that's connected to the father?
Yeah, 100%, man. I just sent Smurgo the link, see if he gonna jump on, since this the infamous Smurgo that put the shit out here. 100% facts. It was something a young lady said. She said, "What? That's ridiculous. I don't know what you're talking about." But it was something she said about, I can't find it, but I think she said if the man is not taking care, is not doing anything at all. If the man's not doing anything at all, and he was there trying to be a father, and he decided he didn't want to be a father because she ain't with him no more. Oh, wait a minute, here we go. What do you believe that a man should have to pay to child support if he's not helping to support his child at all? Well, to be honest with you, it depends. And the reason why I say that, because if he told you off top he didn't want no kids, he didn't want no kids, and you decide to have a child with him, and you get pregnant, and you say my body, my choice, and even though he tell you he don't want to have kids, and you want to take him to court, then it is what it is, because ain't nothing he can do about it. But at the same time, if you only get $100 in a blunt amount, $200, $300, and that's all he do for you, then that's on you. That's on you. You call him a deadbeat. You can say you're a piece of shit, but he told you up front and it wasn't planned. That's on you. Now, if you saying about a guy who did plan to have them children, and because y'all broke up, and he say, oh, well, let that nigga take care of the kid and all that shit, and you say, well, fuck you, and you tried to keep him in line and be a father, and all the thing you could do is go to child support, I have no issue with that. I don't. I don't. But me, the way this system is in this day and age, and the way a lot of majority of men who want child support for family relationships and divorce, is only select few of guys who really don't want to be a father, which is what they say 17% of the 85% who don't get child support. I can't take that seriously, you know. And I prove it every time. So yeah, if it's a guy who's mad because you went off and went on about your business, you cheated, whatever, that ain't got nothing to do with parenting. If you run the course to make him pay something, I understand. But if he didn't plan to have them kids, and he told you he didn't want kids, and you still had the baby, and you only get $100 to blunt him out, I don't feel sorry for you, and it is what it is. I'm just keeping it 100. So you have the power to keep the baby. You have the power to get rid of the baby. He don't have said shit unless married. That's why I tell men, don't have no kids. If you can, get a surrogate or go overseas somewhere they don't have them problems, because you will get set up for failure 9 out of 10 trying to fight for your equality, because you're not going to get it here. Yeah. We got Smurgle up in here. I'm going to play this the rest of this, then I'm going to let him come on, man, and we'll let him tell his story. King Tory, he got a female. King Tory, I guess, is a guy, and he just used a profile as a female. Maybe, I don't know. They still didn't answer the question. Okay, here's a guy. I guess he had a female face. Story's dad said, right. YBC, the nerd, said, because women are the natural caregivers and nurturers of children. That still don't have nothing to do with, I get what he's saying, but that still don't have nothing to do with why the father should take the kid after birth. You can't take the child out of the hospital like that. I don't know why they even, I don't know how that became relevant. A father cannot just take the child out the hospital. The husband can't just take the child out the hospital. It don't work like that. For one, that's why I don't know why this even became a narrative. What you take, L.A.R? I don't get it.
Yeah, like that part of it, I don't get. But if you want these guys to take the kid, when they're home to whatever age, okay, cool. But you know, well, for me, I'm like, as much as people talk about these guys don't want these kids, when the guy want the kid, you lose your goddamn mind. Now on the flip side, I can say there's some bitch ass niggas out here who just looking for an argument to not take care of the kid.
Yeah, of course.
So you know, of course. But when you're not for the most part, you talking about a guy. Okay, listen, man. I don't think you cut out for this mothering thing. I'm gonna take this kid and I got it. That becomes a whole bunch of different arguments. Because what we don't want to talk about that's just blatant in the room, mother's got at least a 10-year window to fuck up being a bad parent.
Yep.
Day in and day out.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Maxie said, I think both sides are right. I see bad parents on both genders. However, I see more on one gender trying to get things done. And I believe she's saying she see more women trying to get things done. I disagree with you because one, you got to watch my previous videos and maybe I'll bring it back up. I wish you would come on here another time and I can actually show you about how this system is really not about the best interest of the child and it's not about the most best fit. You know, that's another story, another time. The stigma that even in stats that say men are better fathers than mothers who are mothers. We're better fit as parents versus the mother. That's the stats prove that too. You know, people don't talk about that. And like I said earlier, I don't know if you was on here in the beginning. Women abuse children more. Women murder their children more than the man. And women with a significant other, boyfriend, husband, whatever you want to call it, murder and abuse their kids more than the man. And then I hear some dumbass baby mama Teresa say, well, that's because they got more custody. You telling me that these mothers are the best nurturers, the best fit, the gods and everything else, and you saying because y'all got more primary custody, that justifies why they beat, abuse, and murder your children? You can't make this shit up. You know, so I mean, yeah, I disagree with you on that, but maybe you've been around people who mostly the mother did what they had to do. That's why I can't argue with you on that. But I can show you stats and CDCs and everything to prove it, you know, without arguing and disrespecting everything. I don't have to do that. So maybe in due time, maybe one day will come through here and, you know, definitely come in dialogue. Let's continue. Hippie hair doc. Why is he not answering the question? It's because men like freedom. He don't even know what it really is being asked. Stories that, sweetie, I answered the question. I said, why would I take the child from my mother if she in great condition to have my child, stay/live with her? He said he'll stay. Okay. He said, basically, why would I take the mother if she's in great condition? She's a great mother. Why would I take my child away from the mother if she's supposed to be the nurturer? She's supposed to be the educator. See, it seems like they're trying to twist it around. You know, basically saying, well, since he believed in the old school method, he's a deadbeat. He don't want to be a father. You just can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, man. And then now because he's asking the way and they say, oh, he won't answer it. We got the ups on him. He don't want to be a father. Bullshit. L.A.R, what you think?
If they want to keep doing this, then we're going to wind up going down this road and then y'all going to switch up again. Because, you know, if people want to keep it a buck about it, even when you was talking about the abuse and hurting kids, a lot of y'all ain't abusing these kids because they're acting up and they're being bad in public. You're abusing them because you don't like them because they're half the dad.
Yep.
Y'all not, for the most part, y'all abusive is not behavior related. It's I don't like your daddy related.
You just like your nappy head ass daddy, your bum ass daddy, your deadbeat ass daddy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I heard that years down the line with the baby mama tears on another son. Yeah, that shit's real. That means they ain't over him. It ain't about the child. They use that to hurt the child, which is the father found out it hurts the father. Yeah, 100%, man. I want to give a shout out to MPI for the $5 donation. Said, Mr. Palmer and L.A.R. Don't forget about this one. They complain about finances. Then when you say let children come stay with me, now it's a problem. Y'all, yeah, 100%. He begged to get his son to come back home with him. She rather for him to get killed and murdered trying to rob somebody. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. They do not give a fuck about the kids. It's a money grab for these baby mama terrorists. Shout out to Chief Rocket for the $20 donation. He said, Mr. Palmer, L.A.R., what about circumstances whereas the girlfriend or wife ceased taking the birth control pill, but didn't tell the boyfriend/husband? That's a problem on all sides. Feel it one way or another. Yeah, that's a problem on all sides. Feel it one way or another. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Well, you know, the black woman is God, so that doesn't count.
Right. It's God's. Let's continue. It's God's. G-A-W. Oh, wait a minute, Dana. You sent a super chat.
Oh yeah, she was clowning about. She said she got tired of the Law and Order.
I missed the bell too. Shit.
Yeah, it's all right. Dana legs still hurt from her froggy style endeavors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat Dana up.
That's what he was trying to do. You know what? I ain't gonna do this. I
want to give a shout out to the Bell 5,000 for the $5 donation. He says when a man fights and somebody goes night-night, they say he didn't have to do that. Do you really want to fight? No, they don't. Let me find Dana while we watch it. Let me find Dana this shit. Let me find Dana. Let me press play, but I'm gonna find Dana. Shout out to Chief Rock wants to give it a $5 donation. Facts. They don't want the babies from the rip unless the father married them or if the relationship blossomed. Look at PJ situation. Yeah, 100%. But at the same time, you sit back and you get somebody who's been bluntly coming out calling these athletes dummies and dumb fucks easy to get. Hey man,
I gotta say something about the way she did that because of this conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he should fight for his baby and take that baby from her, right? Because obviously it was set up by the way she was acting on camera, right?
100%.
But you same women will be like, no, she's a mother and she's a mother of God. She's the essence of life. And, you know, she's a good person at heart and just, yeah, she took money shots before she got pregnant. But now, you know, it's his fault for being stupid for what she did. Okay, so which one is it?
Right. But if he fight, he's a piece of shit deadbeat because he's fighting.
Because he can't take care of that baby because he plays basketball. He's always on the road and he plays 82 games a year and he'll never be able to take care of that baby and be at home like she would. Okay.
100%.
All right. Smargo, what's up, man? You got that jagged edge picture, man.
What's up, everybody? I might sound a little bit tired or slow. I just got done doing a lot of yard work, so I'll try to keep my points concise as possible.
Before you speak, Maxie said they are baby mama tears. I do agree with y'all. I seen them, and that's what we talk about. Is baby mama tears. It's not about all women. A baby mama tears and a woman are two different individuals. A baby mama tears and a woman are two individuals. The baby mama tears is not even human. They masculine devil son-in-laws. They got more masculinity than the average man, and they do not love their children. They set children up for failure, and they try to set the man up for failure. So yeah, this is not about dissing women, because if that's the case, I wouldn't have women on my platform. So I appreciate you recognize they are baby mama terrorists. Shout out to you for that. Dana's in the house. Where's her? Yeah. This email me, Dana. I couldn't find your email. Definitely email me because I want you on the show. And I found your super chat. I'm gonna beat you up when I see you. She says $5 donate. She said lay off the Law and Order sound. So annoying with the smiley face LOL. I'll use this. Order the court. You know what I'm saying?
Now, when you got some time, Mr. Palmer, what was a question I wanted to ask you? And this is definitely your department, so I thought you'd be qualified to answer.
Go ahead.
So how difficult would it be if the mother wanted to just sign over full custody to the father? Would the court try to stop her, or would that be just something she could just do if she wanted to?
Wait, say that one more time, brother.
So if a mother wanted to just sign over custody and rights of the child to the father, would the court stop her? Isn't that just something she could do?
No, you know what? She can sign it over. That they won't stop that. You know what they will stop? If a woman go to court and say, I don't want him on child support no more because I realized I was a dumbass baby mama terrorist and this dude, I'm over my issues and shit like that. And she go to court and say, I don't want him on child support. The judge will say, who? Did somebody force you? Did anybody put a gun in your head? You sure you want to do this? You know, if you do this, because it's their job to keep the man on child support. Not because he's a bad dude, not because he don't want to be a father, because they're going to lose interest in part of that cut into the $51 billion. See, people don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. They can't
I figured as much. I figured as much as far as like the benefits, the courts wouldn't want her to cut those off because that system benefits them as well.
Right.
But as far as rights, I've heard a lot of stories where men would get the custody of their children but still pay child support. So they actually don't care who has the kid as long as somebody's paying.
It depends. Here you go with that. If you on child support, right, and you end up being in custody, say if you've been fighting for years and all that stuff, you end up being on child support. What happens is you got rearage. Okay, you get custody, they're gonna say, okay, well, you don't pay no more child support, but you still got $2,000 in rearage. You still have to pay that child support. They're not gonna let it go. The only way they'll let that go if the woman go to court and say, I want you to get rid of the rearage. She has that power. You think the average woman gonna say that? Hell no. That's why you got guys in their 60s that still pay child support. You know what I'm saying?
I got another answer for that because I'm going through that similarly right now. What happens is when you get custody, even if you change custody and you change the child support thing, or you're like, I don't want it or whatever, or you want it, what they do is they take all day to go to court. So you're still paying until it's done through the court. So they might take 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 months to even get in the courtroom to finalize that. So you're paying until it's finalized. And hopefully y'all get into some type of beef when that happens. So then y'all could be back in court and blah, blah, blah.
Dana says she want to come on here right quick. I sent her the link. She's more than welcome, but she got to come on the 7 show as well. Smirgle, I got to ask you a question. You there?
Oh, yeah, I'm listening.
Why the fuck was your face all shiny and shit like you had on makeup?
Man, my face just be clear, man. I don't know what to say, man. Like, I was out on the pier. I was at the beach. So Cynthia G was like, I was at the beach. There was the humidity and all that shit. The lighting. It's just the perfect picture. That's all I can say.
See, that's what I'm like, hey, man, he right, but nigga, that nigga ain't my representative. I thought you was queer as folks, fam. I'm just saying. That's why I'm like, I'm glad you sound like a real nigga, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shit.
I'm like, you came off a good message, but goddamn, I can't have you representative. I'm just saying, you a shiny face ass nigga. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Truth is what it is.
So I got a damn scrub and dirt on my face before I take a picture now. Goddamn, like.
You got some niggas that want to use filters like bitches, so I didn't know if you was a filter.
No, I wasn't. That's not no filter though. That's the thing. It was a straight up picture. So the lighting was good in that particular area I was in. So that's all that was.
You had a lot of oil of Olay on you, man.
Hey man, I'm just saying. I gotta ask you this. Let me ask you this. What made you put that out there? Where'd you get that from?
It was just something I thought about because I was talking to some Islamic dude on BGS's channel a couple of weeks ago, and it's actually something I thought about prior to that. Me and BGS were talking about Russell Wilson and shit. So I was like, it just came to my mind. I was like, why don't guys just tell? If a woman wants to be with you, she has kids. Why don't you just tell her to give the kids to the biological father? It seems like the most obvious thing. But guys are so willing to accept another man's kids just to have access to coochie. And that's basically what it sums up to. Like, he'll pretend to want to deal with her kids just to have access to her box. But if guys were just universally like, look, I ain't going to deal with you unless you give them kids to their father where they need to be anyway. Because I really don't want to deal with them. I want you. I don't want your kids. So that's where I'm thinking about it from. I'm thinking about it from the perspective of first of all, it opens up a lot of guys' options too, I guess. Like a lot of dudes is like, well, I just ain't gonna deal with single mothers. But like a lot of women are single mothers. And the problem with a single mother isn't necessarily that she's a single mother, it's that she has kids. So if she gets rid of those kids and give them to the father, then she's no longer a single mother, really. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You say you heard it from some Islam dude and from BGS. I have heard Kevin Samuels say that on the Cub platform. You didn't get it from Kevin Samuels?
Nah, I didn't know he said that. I don't really watch him like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. I think you watched him like that. Because that's where I heard it from originally.
And I was actually surprised. Like, I mean, like, I don't agree with like a majority of things that Kevin's saying. It's not in like a because he's an older dude, right?
Don't explain yourself. If you agree, you don't agree with everything. You don't agree with everything, man.
Yeah.
I don't want that shit.
I don't agree with the marriage. I don't agree with the marriage stuff. That's all that is. But other than that, yeah, Kevin Samuels, I guess he's pretty cool, whatever.
Okay, I got it. Okay, that's where I heard it from. Okay, we got the lovely Dana up in the building, that told me don't use the dun and shit, but
I didn't say don't use it. I'm just saying, can you hear me clear?
Oh, we hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I didn't say don't use it. You just using it too much, honey. Because you remind me, Jap, because he loved to put the damn organ music or the dog barking. Like you have a heavy finger. This is annoying. I gotta put my 2 cents. Hi, L.A.R.
What's happening, Kermit?
I wanted to come on just to troll L.A.R. because I like to troll him sometimes.
I got it.
So yeah, but I just wanted to say hi and just complain a little bit. But definitely we need to schedule something because you were supposed to send me an email to schedule a show weeks ago.
Let me tell you what happened. Did you know when I got your email, they had it hidden behind. I had to go on behind the scenes to see this shit. They didn't post it. I didn't know you sent it till like a week ago or some shit. I didn't know you been sent. That's why I always kept saying, send me email. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Full of shit. They not stupid. They don't want certain people rocking together.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have my email. So just we could, I guess, plan something for next week or something, and make it happen. But
Hold on, Dana. Hold on, because as a grand MILF, I want to know.
You always got to throw some.
I want to know. When have you ever heard of a man be able to take a baby out of a hospital?
To do what? Out the hospital?
Just baby's born. I'm taking this baby home.
Only time your man could do that is if like the mother has to stay in the hospital longer, for whatever medical reason, and she gives consent as well. But that's the only reason. But if you just taking it saying, oh, you could no longer have custody and I'm going to raise a kid, you can't do that if you don't have legal documentation. And you're not going to get legal documentation. I mean, unless she was pregnant, you got the legal documentation, but you just can't take the kid away from the mother because you don't want the kid to be with the mother. No.
All right, 100%. That's why
that doesn't make sense though. Because like under any other circumstance, that kid is seen, at least in the courts, like you're financially responsible for that kid, but you're not responsible for like having say so where the kid can go or not. That's pretty messed up.
Well, I mean, if he just said after the woman gave birth in the hospital.
Yeah, but if he's on the birth certificate, then he should have the right to take the kid.
Well, take the kid to where?
Even not take him to his house.
No. I mean, okay, but are you taking it permanently away from the mother?
If that is so his desire to do that, I don't see why he wouldn't be able to. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, but what is the premise behind that? Because she can't even take the kid away from the father permanently. You know what I'm saying? So what?
Yes,
why would you do that?
Yes, can. No, mothers get full custody, and fathers have zero visitation rights all the time.
No, if you don't have legal documentation, first of all, when a child is born, nobody has custody of the child. The child is the ward of the state. That is the law. So she cannot say you could not see your child legally. He cannot say you cannot see your child legally. That has to be determined when you go through the courts and by a judge. And 9 times out of 10, no one has sole custody. They always have joint custody. And then if you're not married or currently living together, then they do whatever visitation if you don't come up with your own visitation agreements.
So the problem is we need more natural births. Stop getting the government involved.
Somebody check this out. Now, when you're not married, in most states, majority of states, I want to say all, but it's majority of states where if you're not married, the woman has 100% custody. The man who's not married had to get an acknowledgement of paternity. That if you married, it's joint. If you're not married, she has 100% custody.
No, she doesn't. Nobody has custody.
That's false.
No. Here's the thing:
if you're not married, you do not have.
Because if we're not married and we have a child, and it's a medical decision that needs to be made, I can't say, okay, this is going to happen, and the father doesn't have a say so, especially if he's there. So legally, nobody has custody until you get custody established through the courts. That's just how the system is made up. Now, naturally, the way we behave as if, okay, yeah, the child automatically goes with the mom makes all the decisions. But if you talk about legal, through the courts and legally through the system, your rights, no, she cannot dictate what's going to happen and what's not going to happen, as if and to say that you don't have a say so.
What's your thing, L.A.R?
The thing about it is that the practicality of it is when it comes to a birth certificate or a social security number, and if you're not married, you as a father ain't gonna be on the birth certificate first. Mom is.
The birth certificate has to be filled out by the parents.
Exactly. So who gets the birth certificate first?
Well, I don't know. Well, when I gave birth to my kids, you filled out the form. You could fill out the form in the hospital. So if he's there, and I can't put his information on there, he has to do it. So my kid's father put their information on the birth certificate.
Is that true though?
Don't put your information in, but I don't know if they allow you now to fill it out in the hospital or you have to go get it later. But I filled out the paperwork in the hospital and then you go pick it up from the Hall of Records or wherever later. I don't know what the procedure is now.
Can a woman just forge a signature on a birth certificate though?
No, because she could go to jail and that's illegal.
They're not supposed to, but I have heard stories that the nurse allowed her to do the bullshit.
Well, then the father should have sued the nurse, the hospital, and the mother.
In theory, a woman could write anyone's name on a birth certificate and just like,
they not supposed to, but I have heard it happen.
That's the point though. You as a father, you won't necessarily even have rights until your name is on the birth certificate.
So put your name on the birth certificate.
But even if you do that, you still don't have rights. It's more.
But so who is the woman that you're dealing with that's telling you that you don't have rights? So you don't
what the woman say. It ain't what the woman says when you fight in court. What they say. It ain't about.
Okay, so but why is it going to court? That's what it's not just because y'all making it sound like cut and dry. As soon as a woman get pregnant, I'm not
talking about like right. I'm not talking about right after you go to have the baby. No, I'm just talking about like when you have to go through the courts. I'm not talking about like once you had a baby. No.
So so it's like we're in a relationship, we end up breaking up, and then it's like, okay, if me and you
can't be civil, we can't we come up with a parenting plan or what I'm gonna give you, whatever. She run the government daddy and fair relationship, and then it go from there. He fights for equal rights, or he fight for custody, she fight for sole custody.
Yeah, it's very biased towards it's very biased to where it's more in favor of the women in the courts. And like I'm in the state of New Jersey, and it is a state by state situation to where New Jersey, they changed a lot because men just used to get railroaded in the courts. And I don't know the name of this organization, but some years ago, men got together and they created an organization and got lawyers and everyone involved to make sure men are heard in the courts. And so when that happened, I noticed that when two parents go to court, it's not just the woman going there saying whatever they want to say. The father gets to say so too. So it's very diplomatic down the line. So it's not just one-sided. And that's what I experienced through the state of New Jersey. I heard New York is horrible, so I don't know how it is in other states.
You get Smurgo?
Huh?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You see, like, you kind of see we're talking about, like, with the legality part of it.
Yeah, basically, once the courts get involved, it's pretty much the onus is on the woman entirely. It's like she just decides what goes and what happens, and she works with the courts because the courts also ultimately decide. So if that woman doesn't want you to see her kids, it's pretty much a wrap for that. No matter how hard you fight.
She has to prove why you are a danger to your children in order for a judge to say.
She can just make something up, though.
She has to prove it. She has to prove it. And again, this is what I'm saying. Again, it depends on what state. It depends on what county, what kind of judges are there, what kind of judges are in that particular county, and what state you're in. You know, what do you come up prepared with? Do you know your rights as a father? You know, some people
well, think about this. Let's say she just makes something up. Now you have to get a lawyer to fight against that woman to prove that what she's saying is false. So now you're spending thousands of dollars to fight something that isn't even true, when she could just gave you the kids in the first place.
Well, make something up like what?
She can say anything like that. She can just say it, even if it's not true.
If she goes into the court and she says, okay, he's an endangerment to our child, I don't want him around the kid. Okay, how is he an endangerment to the child?
Well, she can just say, what I'm saying, it doesn't matter what she actually says. She can just say it. And unless he fights it in court, which will cost him thousands of dollars to combat a lie, a lot of guys is like, it's better off just not even doing that because I ain't about to waste the money. I'd rather just pay this $200 in child support and be done with it.
No, but I mean, let's just get this out. First of all, when you have children, you're going to have to pay. Children are expensive. You're going to have to pay for your child, whether it's through the courts or whether it's whatever agreement both of y'all come up with.
No.
Wait a minute, let me finish because you keep cutting me off. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Because you're saying you're paying for the courts. The courts do nothing for the betterment of that child.
But do you have children?
Smurgo, let her finish. Let her finish.
Thank you. Because I can't have this conversation as if you know more than me if you don't have children, and especially if you didn't have to go through the child support system. So number one, if she goes to the court and she says in front of a judge, an experienced judge in the child support system's experienced judge, and says, well, he's an endangerment to the child, he's going to say to her, how is he an endangerment? Now, let's just say she says, well, he's a drug dealer and he's out in the street and I don't trust. Sir, are you a drug dealer? No, I'm not. I work XYZ. She's lying. A lot of stuff judges do not have the time. They don't have the patience to hear people drawing out stories. And a lot of times judges know when you're lying. I've sat through this, through child support, numerous times, and it's a headache on both sides. It's been times when judges look at the woman and said, you're lying. I'm going to grant him what he wants. Also, what I see from the fathers, they come to court unprepared. You don't have a written statement of your demands. That's very important to have, because if you come and just present a letter saying, I am the father, I do this, I've been doing this, and this is what I want as a parent, he's going to read that. And if it makes sense, he's going to say, I don't have a problem with this. Why are you objecting to this? And she's not going to have a valid reason. So he's going to put it in the favor of, okay, what you want, sir, I'm granting it to you. So that's what I have experienced. And if you don't have children, if you haven't gone through it, you're just throwing up crazy examples. Every situation is different.
Everything you said is great. Why go through all that in the first place? You're spending thousands of dollars in the court that could have been otherwise spent on a child.
This is without a lawyer, sir. You don't need a lawyer. You don't even need
without a lawyer. The likelihood of you winning that case to get your custody of your kids is very unlikely. In these cases.
I'm gonna tell you.
This is what I'm saying about you have to know your rights as a father. You don't need a lawyer. You need a lawyer in serious cases, like if she's unfit or if child protective services got involved in something something physically or whatever harmed or happened to the child. But some people just jump the gun and get a lawyer thinking that, oh, I'm going to get the best results, and they're just wasting money. And they're just holding up the courts of the other cases. And they want to get the same result as if they came without a lawyer. You have to know your rights, and you have to know what you want as a father.
You can know your rights and still get railroaded. Now, I agree with
you can, but this
fathers
is
have no rights. That's what you're not understanding.
I agree.
Fathers have no rights in family court.
Right. I agree with you when you say about you don't need no lawyer. I agree. Learn the laws yourself. I agree 100% because they just here to take your money. Most of them, they win. Either whether you win or lose, they win. They get their money. So they don't give a damn. They're not going to tell you the truth. Because
once she files for child support and she doesn't back down from that, you're going to have to pay child support through the courts. But there's no way of getting around that.
Here's the thing. It's not, see, that's what people, I want people to understand, not you, but I want people to understand that when we talk about child support, it's not about because we have to pay child support. What it's about is we paying child support to a mother who's alienating us, who's hurting the child, manipulating the child, causing havoc and problems, lying, false allegations, and shaming and calling them Debbie, stuff like that. We don't give a fuck about paying no child support. You know what I mean? But
well, a lot of dudes do care, and this is not a black thing.
Care as far as what? Just paying.
A lot of dudes don't want to pay child support through the courts, and this is not a black thing.
Want to pay through the courts, but it's that's not the big issue when it comes to it's not about necessarily paying the court. Nobody wants the court. Well, men don't want the courts involved because I didn't have to have the courts involved when me and you got married, when we had kids, we planned them kids or whatever. But now all of a sudden we ain't together. Child support get to be the dictators of when I get to be a visitor of my child. Come on now. That's what the problem is. We didn't have the problem, we procreated.
Let me back this up for a little bit for with Dan and Smurgle. The danger to the kid, normally what happens in practical application, y'all get in an argument and she recorded you. That's how that happens.
So what does that tell you to do?
Be a thinker, not reactor. That's
exactly.
And what else?
Baby mama terrorist. You don't engage with a baby mama. They don't even talk to the baby mama terrorist.
Exactly. And then what else?
All right. So because a guy gets in one
wait 1 second. If you know she's recording you, even if you don't know,
not gonna know.
Always protect your ass and record.
You record your damn self. You don't trust no baby mama.
Exactly.
All right. So because a guy gets in one verbal altercation with his baby mama once. That justifies him not having custody of his kids forever. Well, at least during the kids' formative years.
No, that just justifies her stalling you out for a longer period of time.
And justifies the courts to give her custody because they want that money from you.
Yeah, see, this is why this is too much. I can't. I'm not having kids. This is crazy.
I'm mad at you. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't have to go through all this. That's why I'm trying to, like, she's talking about going through the courts and fighting for custody of your kids. You shouldn't have to do that. You should just circumvent the entire thing. The court shouldn't be involved. Like, you should just have the kids and just work out like that. But the women want to use the system to, like, profit, basically. And I understand how that works. And that's more your department, Palmer. So, like, yeah, it's ridiculous. And that's why a lot of guys are opting out from this system. Honestly, this is ridiculous.
Right.
I didn't catch your name. What was your name? I didn't catch your name.
Name's Smurga.
Smurga. And real quick, Mr. Palmer, were you married, Mr. Palmer?
No, I was in a 11-year relationship. They treated the thing though. When we went to court, they treated it like a marriage because I guess because it was over 10 years.
Common law marriage.
Yeah,
because
even though they don't do common law in Illinois.
But they don't. But they still look at it. Y'all live together and everything, probably have bank accounts and stuff. But I was going to say, because I was never married, but the fact is that people who are married, that's a headache. Like, and that's separate from child support and custody court, because divorce court is separate. They don't do that all in one.
They did it all for us. They treated it like a marriage, even though we weren't married.
Yeah, because I was together for so long, living under the same roof. So that's another factor. Like, yeah, when a relationship ends, what happens? And it's like it could go from sugar the shit, and it's a problem. And I agree. You should keep the courts out your business. Keep the government out your business. Period. When it comes to child support, visitations, this vaccine stuff, just keep the government out your business. And women do use and abuse the system in their favor. And, you know, and that is a problem. So I do appreciate the fact that I like the fact that from what I see where I live at in my state, men are given the same amount of airtime to speak for themselves. And I've seen judges not just do everything in a woman's favor. So, but that took men coming together, organizing, you know, and pushing for their rights, you know, and making sure they're not being railroaded. And honestly, that's what you really have to do, especially, you know, if you're having problems where you live at.
Now, I will say this. What's happened over time is judges got fucked over by these baby mamas and now they won't get back. That's what's happened.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
In Detroit,
right? Like a lot of women who judges giving custody to.
Yeah,
they've done shit that pissed off judges after the verdict was in. So judges started get, oh, okay, you was this lady until you got granted, you know, custody and you won this case, but now I find out you this lady. Now you might not ever be in my courtroom, and you got to understand judges talk. So all the ladies that go from one city to the next city, one state to the next state, judges started hearing like, oh, wait a minute, you know what? That happened to me too. See, too many baby mamas played the courts like they played their baby daddy, and now judges want a pound of flesh.
Well, I need to find them judges, so you know what I'm saying. So I can tell men to go to him for real, because still the majority of the judges for the money, and they for the stay in their seats, because a lot of them are voted in. It's different factors. Some get paid off child support, like Dana know, you know what I mean. Certain judges they get paid off child support, and the more money the government get, hey, the more he get to stay in that seat, the more power. You know what I'm saying? More money, more power.
Yeah, it's a continuing cycle, and you know, and it's just like, and what some men do, what some women don't understand, they hurt themselves more, because some men be like, all right, I'll pay child support, take it out my paycheck, and that's all you're getting.
Yeah, Walmart always hiring, right?
But no, if the father say, okay, you want to take me to child support, you want them, you know, they're going to take money on my paycheck. That's all you're getting. Don't ask me for extra stuff.
Exactly. Walmart.
And that's worse. You're going to get less. You're going to get less.
I agree, but these dumb motherfuckers rather have the state take it, because they basically you want me to give them my money to the state and the state pay you. Then if you got any issues, go to the state, because even the judge tell you when it's over with, the only thing he's obligated to do is pay his child support. If you decide to do more, that's on him. He don't have to though. So
women like to use the courts and the state as a way of punishing the guy. So let's say she has like a bad relationship with a dude, he cheated or whatever. Now she keeping those kids away on top of using the state to financially hurt his pocket. So like, man, that's how that goes. It's a lot of BS all around, really. And this is more common than people like to make out. It's actually common. This actually is the norm. This is what happens pretty much in most cases nowadays. They rather go through the system and deal with the courts and deal with you as a man and let you decide and dictate what goes on. Like, if we're going to co-parent or stay together or whatnot. And that's ridiculous.
I'm not I can't deal with.
Hold on for 1 second, Dana. I'm going to tell y'all people, peace. I got to go pick up my kids so I can put my baby mama on child support now, because I'm doing all this single parenting. You know, I hit the wall and all that. So have a good one. We'll catch y'all later.
All right, brother. Most definitely appreciate you, my brother. Be safe out there and keep running.
Appreciate you. Peace.
Shout out my brother, L.A.R. Y'all definitely need to subscribe to L.A.R. And while we at it, let me read the super chats. Shout out to Tola for the $5 donation. He said, this is a domestic war, and a lot of them be baby mama tears. Choose daddy over daddy 100. Siren.
Here I come to save the day.
He says, it's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, but I stand coach. Shout out to my brother Tola. I also want to give a shout out to Game of Lives Matter for the $5 donation. She said, we in the jury, the chat finds the defendant, the real Dana for being a grand myth. LOL. Appreciate you coming on the show. Hashtag Couch Gang, great show. Shout out to Game of Lives Matter. I also want to give a let me see anything else for I get. Okay. All right, so go ahead, Dana, what you was about to say?
No, I was just gonna say, you just made me forget just that damn quick, and I had it too.
Let me help
it was something. What? No, I was just gonna say that, you know, I mean, it's child support is it's a headache, you know, it's not fun. Oh, this I was gonna say. And I'm wondering, you know, what kind of women are you getting pregnant? Because if she is, I will definitely say this off the rip. If she's receiving state assistance, I wouldn't even I would make sure I use protection. That's number one, because that's a certain type.
Automatically you going on child support. Ain't nothing you can do about that.
Right.
Nah, that's not necessarily true. That's a stereotype. I know women that are corporate, white collar, all that, still got their baby daddy.
Let me finish, because I'm not gonna
finish. She's speaking as far as like, if y'all have a baby and she get welfare and they find out that you the father, they coming for you. Even if she had to not say who you are, nothing, they is coming for you. If they find who it is, that's what she mean. Nah, majority of men who on child support don't have nothing to do with a welfare baby mama tears. What I talk about is the ones who not on welfare, them the worst.
Right. So and then even if you look at the ones who are who do work, what kind of work do she do? Because I just don't understand. Like, if I'm busy working and I have a career, whatever, I don't have time to keep running back and forth to the courts. Who has time for that?
Baby mama Terry's got plenty of time, especially if they got a degree, especially if they make 6 figures, especially if they've got a license. You know why? Because again, they got a shield to hide behind. Why would I alienate? Why would I do this? I'm just trying to be the best I can be. You see, I got my degrees. You see, I'm a doctor, lawyer, nurse practitioner, all that. They use that bullshit as a shield to cover off the bullshit they really doing. So that's why they worse than a welfare bitch. They worse. They got money. Look at Angela Jolie. All that money she got, Angela Jolie, Brad Pitt's ex-wife.
Oh, yeah.
She got money.
And she just, and those are not his. Well, 4 of them are not his. So yeah, he kind of got railroaded. And you know, again, they have the money for the lawyers to go back and forth, but we don't know what happened in that relationship. You know, but she tried to paint him as an alcoholic or something. So that turned messy real quick, and look how many years they were together. It is a messy situation. So I get it. When the younger man was saying he doesn't have kids, he don't want kids, I understand that. And I think that some women don't want to deal with that too much, but women are looking for a come up. But you know, whether you have kids or not, if you do end up getting somebody pregnant, or if you do marry someone and it doesn't work out and she just flip on you, you are, as a man, you're going to have to pay. How much is what you try to control?
I'm saying this as a guy. I'm 24, so I interact with like a lot of women my age.
Oh, you shouldn't even be thinking about kids or marriage. Honey, you 1 year older than my son.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like the women I deal with that do have kids, they don't have, like, around my age, they don't have this idea that they're gonna actually be with the father and they're gonna just make it work. They gonna have a healthy family. They just have the kids to have the kids. That's just what they do. It's like a badge of honor, sort of. It's like, I'm gonna just have this kid by this fuck dude, and that's just gonna be what it is. Either as an effort to like keep him or control him, or just to get like props from their Facebook friends that I got a kid, we had this bomb baby shower. It's like that. It's like nobody actually plans families anymore. At least that's not what it looks like in my generation. So like,
yeah, I agree with you.
It's pretty bad. So,
and you know what?
I can't. My bad for cutting you off. But for not having kids, not because I don't necessarily want kids, but it's like, to find a marriage-minded woman my age, or like even like even like a woman that's like just wants to be in like a healthy relationship type of situation where we can co-parent, that doesn't even seem possible. It just seems like they want the kids as like an accessory to their life, like a check or something to prop up. Like I got the kid, and that's how that goes. So,
well, why are you thinking about marriage right now?
I'm a young guy, I work hard, I got a house and all that type of shit. So like, you know.
So go travel and have fun and just do you and save your money. Because you should
Yeah, that's
stop
true.
thinking about kids when you're 35, close to 40. Why are you putting that pressure on yourself? Go have fun.
I'm not putting pressure on myself about it, but like it seems like whenever I like deal with these women, like we try to get onto a serious note, it can never get there. Not because I don't want to be serious, but because they don't want to be serious. But they'll be more than willing to have a kid by me. I've heard it multiple times. They were like, "Oh, we ain't getting married, but I have your baby." Like, and that just blew my mind. I'm just like, so you would rather get pregnant by me than be in a serious long-term relationship?
You stay away from those.
And what do they say when you ask them that?
They weren't just like the straggle daggle, the 304s and nothing like that. These are decent type women. Like they, got a good job and all the type of stuff. But they just said, look, I have your baby, but marriage is too much of a commitment, or like even like a long-term relationship, too much of a commitment. So like,
how old are they? How old are they?
Around my age. One was 26.
Yeah, but they don't need to be having kids neither. Like,
but they want the kid. No, but they want the kid. They want the kid. They don't want the relationship.
No. I get what you're saying.
And this I believe wait a minute. This is why Dana, I say they choose majority of these motherfuckers choose single motherisms for that reason. That's what I'm saying. They choose single motherism, but they get mad at me, say I'm lying, that the majority of these motherfuckers don't choose single motherism. That's choosing single motherism. She just want to have a kid, and if he go on about his business, she don't want a relationship, no commitment, but then call him deadbeat when he say, fuck you, bitch, I'm gone. See, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these motherfuckers choose to be single mothers. They choose that shit. They choose it, but I'm lying.
But y'all, when women say stuff like that, and I can't even call them type of women, they're females. They're running game, they're lying, and you should just look at her face like you a lying asshole. You don't even believe that.
Sex with her. I wouldn't even have sex with her. That's what I'm saying. It's not worth it. Even worth having sex with her.
Yeah, that's usually where I cut out the relationship. That's like a huge red flag. But it's happened too consistently to the point where it's like, damn, do I even need to be dating in this market? Like, goddamn, like.
Let me. I want to give a shout out to my boy Ghetto Corey for the $5 cash app. He said, paid off my child support. Baby mama Terrence want to talk. He said, get the fuck out of here. 100%, brother. Fuck him. Also want to give a shout out to once again, Ghetto Corey. He said $5 cash app. He said, taught my sons baby mama Terrence. Taught my sons basketball. Baby mama Terrence never supported it. Yeah, they don't support nothing you do for your son. They only support what they do, which is fuck their lives up. Shout out to you again, brother. Also want to give a shout out to E Senior for the $5 donation. Appreciate you, my brother, to the fullest as always. Man, you can't make that shit up. Also want to give a shout out to damn, did I lose it? Want to give a shout out to MPI for the 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate you, my brother. Want to give a shout out to Tola for the $5 donation. She said, modern Western women are totally out of touch with social dynamics of male-female natures. I agree to that.
I agree to that too, man. Because as a young dude with his stuff together, it seems like women just don't want no parts of it. They want to have their life independent of yours, even if you have a kid together, and like, that don't work. Like the kid need both parents. So 100%. I definitely get that.
I want to give a shout out to Chief Rock for the $10 donation. He said that thought process will change once those ladies are in their 30s. They call into Kevin Samuel's show every night. Don't get caught up, Smurgo. Strap up. I agree 100%.
Well, you ain't got to worry about that, man. I got a whole drawer full.
Walmart always hiring. That's what you let them know. Walmart is always hiring. What I want to do, I want to play the rest of this shit right here. And since Dana on here, I want to get some of your thoughts on this shit. I'm gonna want to bypass because it seemed like they just talking about as soon as you had a baby, he take the child out. That don't make no sense because it's not. You can't do that sitting there trying to make a point that he don't want to be a father. Don't make sense, but let's continue.
Now, you guys saw that video, and I want to know what you thought about that discussion and Black men's responses, because basically she asked a very valid question. We know that when it comes to discussing why Black men are not in their children's lives, they will do two things. They will either quote a CDC report that they didn't read that said they're the most active fathers when they're not. The report actually said when they choose to be around, when they dedicate themselves to being fathers, they are more active in certain areas than other groups of men are. But there isn't any report that said definitively and conclusively that Black men are the most active fathers, because they're not. And we don't.
Now, she said that Black fathers, not the most active fathers. I mean, I know a lot of y'all know that's false. It is actually stats proving that Black fathers are the most active fathers. I mean, that's not true. That's not true. But whatever. For those who don't know, Smurgo is the guy right here with the shiny face and shit. He said he just came from the beach, sunset. He didn't filter his face, none of that shit. That's the brother right here. He redeemed himself. He redeemed himself. But yeah, but that's false what she's saying. I mean, y'all in the Black manosphere, y'all outside the Black manosphere, y'all seen it for yourselves. Let's continue, man.
A report to tell us that. You can talk to your average Black woman or Black man, and they're going to tell you they grew up with their father not being in the home by choice. There is no welfare law currently that is preventing them from being in the home. The man out of the home rule was actually abolished in 1968 because a Black woman contested it with the Supreme Court. Because that's what you do when you have an issue with legislation. You appeal it with the Supreme Court so they can either uphold it or dismantle it. So that's what a Black woman did.
Let me ask you this, Dan. I know you really can't answer it, but I want to ask you, why is she just talking about the welfare? Child support ain't just based off somebody on welfare. Actually, they make more money off people who just run to the courts that's not on welfare versus somebody on welfare. I mean,
well, I think why she's going backwards to that is because when we look at the change of the Black family dynamics, it started around that time, the late 60s, really into the 70s, when they brought in public policies to specifically destroy the Black family. One of the public policies is welfare, which is a way to remove the father out of the household, lock him up. Don't give him a job. So if you don't have a job to support your family, he's not going to be around. He may get depressed, end up on drugs, end up in jail because he's robbing, trying to feed his family. And if he's not there, she has to go on welfare. If she meet another man that wants to help her, well, he can't move in the house because then her welfare benefits, will stop. So she's going back to the beginning of the destruction of really the Black family, which was the welfare system. That was a major thing that destroyed the Black family. But at the same time, it was other public policies put into place to make sure that the Black man is not present. You know, so aside, but when she was saying that most Black men don't spend time with their kids or not there, well, there are a lot of Black men, and I did read this stat. I don't remember where. I could find it later when I come on your show. But as far as child support, Black men pay the most. The Black men are the most likely to pay their child support and pay it on time than any other race. Black men out of any other race spend more time with their children, helping them with their homework, and this is men who don't live in the same household as the mother. So this is an actual stat. Now, if you but that's me subtracting away from men who are locked up, men who were murdered. So you're subtracting away from the Black men who can't be present for whatever criminal reason or whatever. Yes, that they do. And then mind you, we're only 12% of the population, but when we're looking at the child support statistics, Black men pay on time. They pay the most. They spend more time with their children.
I mean, and that's fine. It's fine when you say Black men in jail, Black men in murder, but white men are murdered.
And I'm not saying that in a disparaging way. I'm saying it going back to public policy.
Not you. I'm not taking nothing the wrong way. You right.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying because people, not you, but people listening to this and may think I'm just throwing something negative. But we have to understand to where 1.4 million Black men are missing. That was an article with stats to back that up. And the main thing was they were incarcerated. And number two, it was homicides. And number three, they were dying because their health wasn't good. So that means if 1.5 million Black men are missing, then there are less Black men to Black women, and they're not there with their children. So it is a public policy thing that created this mess. But now, fast forward to 2021, where you have educated women, career women, women with jobs. I'm not talking about the women on welfare. They are taking advantage of the system to get what they want, to control the narrative when it comes to the child, because they are acting out of emotions and not logic.
But you got some that's not on welfare to do the same shit.
But that's why I said I'm not talking about the welfare. I'm talking about the women.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm from Cottage Grove. Forgive me. You say you're not talking about the ones on welfare. Yeah. See, when I talk about baby mama Tay, I'm not even really talking about the one on welfare. We know obviously what they on. But yeah, that's what I'm speaking on. Let's see what else you got to say. Yeah.
Black men wanted to be in the home so much that during the same time they complained that welfare was taking them out of the home, they were petitioning the Supreme Court to be with women of no color, but they weren't petitioning the Supreme Court to be in the home with their children. So a Black woman had to go out, just like Black women are doing now. If we want to get something done, we can't go to Black men, we have to go to Black women. If you guys haven't already...
Feminist.
The Supreme Court and got the man out of the home rule abolished in 1968. Now, no more man out of the home rule, yet Black men are still out of the home.
Well, I mean, how many is it 75% or 70%?
I don't know what Supreme Court she's referencing, and that was in 1968. But that stature on a state level, I don't know if she's talking about state or federal, but on a state level, no, you cannot have a man, the father of the child, in the home if you are receiving welfare.
They could watch. They'll tell you all about that.
Yeah, and that's still to this day, because
it is.
He can't even, you can't even pull him on child support if you're not married and you're living under the same roof. You can't pull him on child support, and you can't receive welfare because he's not supposed to be there, because welfare is for men too, but welfare is for a single parent who does not have help from the significant other.
And not only that, when you say the father's not in the home, if the mother's the average single mother is what, 75, 80%? We talking about Black women, 75, 80% of single mothers. If they single mothers, he's not gonna be in the home. He's not in the home. Come on. I mean, I don't get, I mean, I see what she's trying to do, but it don't make no sense. That's basically what I'm saying. And like you said, with the laws when it came to welfare, she's not telling everything that, you know, she's just saying that like women fought for rights when it came to welfare to keep the father in the home, but men are still not allowed to be in the home.
Yeah, I want to know what law she's referencing.
Well,
what's the name of it? Where did you find that at? What is the context? Because there's no law that said, because why would
my bad.
If you're fighting to have him in the house, have him in the house. You're just not going to get welfare.
Right.
And that means you work and he's work and he works.
Right. Walmart is always hiring. You know, but the thing about it, and that's the difference between me and others, they'll tell you this shit, but they're not going to show you. They're not going to show you a video clip or a documentary or a stat or anything. They just tell you, and then people go along with it. They don't even bother to go research the goddamn self. Tim Howard V said, father's involvement with their children, United States, 2006-2010, NHSR, page 6. That's the CDC if you want to know the father's involvement. Like I said, I'm a dummy off Cottage Grove, but one thing I'm not is a stupid motherfucker. That's why I ain't got to call you names, bitches, and hoes to prove my point, because I just tell you the truth, and the truth is what it is. But let's continue.
Black women presented them with the question of, if you want your children so much, then why don't you just go to court and take your children? Why don't you talk to the mom and ask the mom if the child can live with you? Now,
she said, all I got to do is walk up to the mother and say, hey, can the child live with me? How many of y'all asked the mother, can the child live with me due to, hey, she's kind of struggling, due to he's acting up or she's acting up? Did she tell you, know what, you right? I think it is better. What she say? Hell no. Hell no.
Not only that, first she said go to the court. And that's just like, why would you have to go to the damn court in the first place?
100%. But I'm just going off what she said. Why don't you just ask the mother? You think the mother gonna come out and just say, yeah, you can keep the your son or our son, all that shit? That's what I'm saying. Y'all need, see, here's the thing. I can't speak on the women. Some women gonna go along to get along because they got the feminist ideology. They hate their man, black, white, blue, green. They think mother women's right and is over man and all that shit. I'm not talking about them. What I'm telling y'all as men, just listen to this shit that you listening to. You cannot make this shit up. I ain't gotta say, well, Sister GXYZ, when you can hear for your goddamn self. This is why self. You can't make this shit up. Dana, can I ask you, can I just get my son and you just gonna tell me yeah?
What do you mean? To live with you?
Yeah, just like that. Just ask you, and you just gonna tell me yeah?
No, and okay. I mean, we could table that discussion for when I come on your show, because I can give you a personal answer from my personal experience and the real answer on why women say no, because it's not just cut and dry. It's different reasons behind why she say no.
Right, but I'm just saying, right. I want you to definitely have you on the show because of the woman's perspective, which I have other women as well. But Dana, you've been there, done it, just like I've been there, done that. Me and you didn't agree on everything, but guess what? We on the same accord when it comes about truth. So, and that's why I laughed my ass off when you told that dude, you said you came from Mama Terrace's mother. That's who raised you.
Oh, on the Star Show?
That shit was funny as fuck. I said, damn, she.
I mean, and let's touch on that when I come on your show, because a lot of times, when we talk about, why not let the son be? Because if the mother is a certain way, then that son grows up to be, resentful, and he's going to go out, be a grown man into society, and just be angry with the world.
Right, and not only that, these the one, and then you wonder why he acts like you, the mother. You can't make this shit up. Let's continue.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, just consider something how like casually and like normal she just said, if you want custody of your kids, just go to the court and fight for them. My thing is, these women complain. See, like, that's the thing. These women complain about fathers not having custody of their kids, not taking care of them, not having any responsibility. But then they want you to fight to get the responsibility that they claim they want you to have. If you really wanted that man to have responsibility of his kids, you just drop him off at his house and that'll be the end of it. Like, it's not difficult. The courts don't have to be involved. These women make the courts get involved. And I don't know why. Honest. Well, we know why, but it doesn't make sense from their complaints aren't adding up, is what I'm saying.
Of course. I want to give a shout out to Chief Rock again for the $5 donation. He said the knowledge is at our fingertips. in your own city/county, you can read your Section 8 requirements from the web. Yeah, that's why I say, men, we have to learn our laws of the state where we live, our county and everything, because don't go off what some lawyers say, man. Read it for yourself. Learn it, even if you're not going through child support, but you need to know, because even when it's not even outside of child support, you need to learn the laws, because they will use that against you if you don't know. So it's important to know the laws, man. Even if you're not going through this shit. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, no, Mr. Palmer, I do have to go.
Okay, brother.
Did you? I just want to ask you one question. Did you see the original post I made that went viral on Facebook and everything?
Actually, at the end, she showed it, but she might have clipped. I didn't know if it was a full thing. She could have clipped it, cut out.
No, it was a full thing. But did you read it or hear what she said?
I'm gonna say email it to me. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Well, if she puts it in the video, I think if she does. But like, I was gonna ask you if you agree with the post.
I agree with what you said. If you want me to marry you, give it to the father. I agree with that 100%.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I mean, why not?
It makes sense to me. It's just like if you want to start a new relationship.
If she give the father to the child, don't mean she abandoned it. That's what I'm like. You parent, you doing it because you don't know how this dude gonna be. You don't know how he is, and I want to see how it is before. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I guess the problem is they interpret it like I said. I don't want no involvement with her kids, but doesn't mean that she can't see her kids. Like,
well, they always gonna make it like you the evil doer. You hate.
Yeah, like just because I don't want to see your kids doesn't mean you can't see your own kids.
Yeah, I agree. That's
Wait, before you leave, I wanted to push back on something that you said. When you mentioned, you was like that if a woman meets a man and that man should request that she gives her kids to the father in order to be with him.
Mary.
Yeah, and I would never take any man, and no woman should take a man seriously if he gives her that ultimatum, because that says a lot about that man to say to a woman, give the kids to the father if you want to be with me, because I don't want to deal with your kids. I don't want your kids. Because with me as a woman, I've met men who had kids. So if I said that to a man and he's an active father, he'll look at me like, well, bitch, get on. And I say the same thing, like, if my children it is a package deal, and it goes both ways.
It doesn't have to be a package deal. The kids can go to the father.
No, but if I'm dating you and you say, well, in order for me to marry you, you're gonna have to get rid of your kids because I don't want
you're not getting rid of the kids. They're going to the father.
It's not getting rid of them if you're going to the father. No,
but you're standing on the premise of you don't want to be bothered with her children. Well, then don't date her. Don't date her. Because
that's up to her. What's her decision to get rid? Like, it's her decision to get the kids to the father. That's her decision to make.
Even if the father has full custody, she's still gonna have visitation rights. So why would I have my children around a man?
She can visit the kids. It's not at my house.
Listen. Why would I have my children around a man who has a problem and don't want?
You don't have them around me. That's the point of the post. The kids don't come around me. The kids are with the father. The kids, you visit the kids with the father, wherever. Do whatever you want to do outside of my house.
Don't date her. No, because that's somebody who's mentally selfish. And that,
I'm very selfish. I don't want nothing to do with your kids.
You? What if you the one with the children and a woman says to you, send the kids to the mother if you want to be with me?
Well, then I won't date her. Simple. Just like the woman has the choice not to date me if she don't like what I say.
But Danny, you heard what he said. She had the choice to say hell no. She had a choice. She have a choice.
Yeah, I know she has a choice, and that's why I would tell a woman, don't date a man like that. But I would say to that man, why are you wasting your time with a woman?
You hear that, fellas? If you're not willing to take care of another man's kids, you just can't deal with that woman.
Are you with a woman with children?
Maybe she's bad. Maybe she got a fat ass, and I want.
And that's why you want to end up with the baby mama terrorist, because y'all look at the ass,
all right.
Y'all look at the fat ass. And one skeet all up in the ass, and you was like, "Oh, I gotta go to court." Why? Because you was looking at that ass. That's the problem. But you 24 and you don't have no kids, so just keep it that way.
I agree. Keep it that way.
100. I'm gonna bounce up out of here.
All right, bro. Hey, do me a favor. In the chat, put in the link in the chat of that Facebook so everybody can click on it and see it, bro.
All right, got you.
For sure. Email it to me. All right, bro. Shout out to Chief Rock for the $5 donation. The knowledge is at our fingertips in your own city, county, and county. You can read your Section 8 requirements from the Rev. Shout out to you again, brother. Want to give a shout out to Tola again for the $2 donation. He says, winter time is coming. Keep them veins cold. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Let's continue.
They can say that this is unrealistic, but you have a lot of working moms out here. A lot of working moms who are stressed out. There are more employed Black women than there are employed Black men. So because Black men are less employed, they have more time on their hands to be daddy daycare at home. But that's not where they...
Now, here's the thing that she need to understand. See, when they say Black men are the less employed, they talking about off your Social Security number. So on the Social Security number, he's not working a job. Because if you work a job on your Social Security number, it's either you is or you ain't. You got plenty of men, Black men, who's working under a 1099 or working under their business. So I mean, yeah, they might be low on employment, but that don't mean they're not working. That don't mean they ain't making no money. That don't mean they ain't got no business. And I ain't talking about somebody's drug dealer. So,
yeah, where is she getting that from? Black men are less employed than Black women because Black men make more than Black women when we talk about salary.
That's what I get at.
If you want to say that, you have to say what are the reasons why? Because majority of Black men are, well, not the majority of Black men, when it comes to incarceration rates, Black men make up majority of the incarceration rates, right? Yeah. Or, homicide or a health issue. So if you are not present in society, then you're not working. But usually men, and particularly Black men, they make more than Black women. And then also with child support, I don't know how it is in other states, but in the state of New Jersey, they look at her income and they look at his income, and then that's when they determine on a scale how much he's going to pay. And they also take into the fact that how many days he has his child during the week.
How many overnights? They count overnight as a day.
Right.
Yeah. And we all want to talk about that as well, because I want you to hear what she's saying. She's saying that Black men are less unemployed. Okay, yeah, by on the Social Security number, yeah, they I guess if it's true, but that don't mean they're not working. A lot of people working in this day and age on 1099. They don't want government daddy knowing what they're doing personally. See, that's what I'm saying. She's telling you, I guess a percentage of what she says. She's not telling you the whole story. And this is why I tell you, men and you women,
you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Y'all has been sent the fuck off because y'all going on what somebody say. And just because I'm not working for Walmart or I ain't working at McDonald's, hell, I'm not even working at Home Depot, does not mean I'm not working. Because nowadays, I tell y'all men do the 1099 to be self-employed, don't have it in your name, so the government don't know your business. Well, if you're on child support, it ain't just about child support. You don't want the government knowing what the fuck you got going on. The rich motherfuckers, like for example, did you know, Dana, that Drake only makes $48,000 a year?
Huh? 48,000.
Yeah, right. He only makes $48,000 a year.
That's only on one of his things. That's probably one of his tax returns, because if he makes 48,000 and he has that big ass mansion, they're gonna say, well, how can you afford this?
And that's what I'm going to tell you. This is what I'm saying. This is a prime example. I mean, when she say that the unemployment rate is low. Now we all know he's worth millions and millions of dollars, right? But what he did is personally he pays himself $48,000 a year. But we all know when it comes to assets, when it comes to his business make millions of dollars. It separates a different tax bracket. He ain't paying a lot more with the social versus the business. You see what I'm saying? The rich been doing this all the time.
Right, but his baby mama, I don't think they went to court, but he's breaking his baby mama off lovely.
She ain't stupid. She ain't just gonna run.
Right, that's a great example. Great example. Right. And this is what being smart, when knowing your rights, knowing what to do, because if she were to take him to court,
they'll look at his.
That judge is going to say, I have to go off for 48,000, and she don't have the money. She does not have the money to hire an audit, a tax audit, to put a flashlight all up in his ass to find out how much he got from other companies. So he probably said to her, I'm gonna give you 10,000 or 20,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And shut your mouth. And that's what I'm saying.
And I was like, thank you. Yes.
And that's what I'm saying. So when she say, well, men are not unemployed, the lowest unemployed, I mean, that's because most of black men are entrepreneurs, blue collar trades and other shit like that. That's why I say I gotta say it again. Let Denzel speak for Malcolm again.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
But let's continue.
They want to be. So if they wanted to be there, you can best believe there are more black women now who will be willing to let their children live with the father than in the past. However, these men could not answer that question. See, because what's really going on is that black men don't value their children. They don't want their children. They don't want to be fathers. They don't like responsibility. They don't like accountability. They want the easy route out.
Don't that sound like the baby mama tears I speak on? She said black women will let the father get the child since he sit at home and do nothing. That's a motherfucking lie. That's a motherfucking lie on that one. Sorry. The white woman is not going to even let the father keep the child at home, even if she is working. She's not going either. That's a fucking lie. What's your take on that, Dana? Yeah, deflection at its finest.
What, if the father's not working to watch the kids?
She basically saying since men don't work, they're unemployed, they not trying to do nothing. She's saying that women in this day and age, if they working and stuff, they're willing to let the father keep the child. That's false. That's not gonna happen. Sorry.
Okay, so she's saying if the father's not working, they're willing to let the father keep the child like while she goes to work.
Basically, she's saying like, and I ain't talking about no relationship. If they was in a relationship, she don't mind, of course. But she talking about like, in other words, she's trying to say it's a deflect, but she's saying there's no excuse why you don't have kids because women are working, y'all a piece of shit, you're not working, and you ain't trying to get the child because if you tell the woman you want the child, she's gonna say yes, okay, here you go. That's a lie.
Yeah, I don't. Cynthia is she's very smart, and what I mean by that,
she is smart.
She knows how to say things in a certain way to you'll believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's psychology. So usually if a man is not working, he's not going to be around a kid at all. She is talking about the deadbeats. She's specifically talking about deadbeats, but it seemed like she's trying to broaden it to majority of it sounds like what she's saying is majority of black men are deadbeats. She's talking about deadbeats, but she's saying majority of black men are deadbeats. And that's not true. And that's debatable. And she does not have facts to say majority of black men are deadbeats. And that's the problem. So if you want to talk about deadbeats, talk about deadbeats, but don't label it as a black thing.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And like I say, when it came to child support, when it first started, it was for help the married white woman. The original deadbeats, if you want to call so-called deadbeat, was the white man going overseas and not coming back, taking their responsibility. But
because I've heard white women, with their girlfriends, and they are vicious, honey. When that relationship ends, because one woman was like, "Yeah, he told me he said, oh, I'll buy you a car if you tell your mom to take me off child support." They bargain with their kids because they don't want to pay and they have the money. So this deadbeat thing, and I will discuss it because I gotta go, but we'll discuss it when I come on because it's because you've been on here for 3 hours, honey, and I just hopped on the last 3 minutes. But
that's cool. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're gonna set that up. But I'm letting you know the Al Karens are the worst baby mama terrorists on the planet. The worst baby mama terrorists on the planet. They the worst, just like you said.
We're gonna talk about the Karen. We're gonna talk about the foreigner.
We're talking about them all.
We're gonna talk about the passport baby mamas. We're gonna talk about all of that.
We're gonna talk about that. We definitely gonna talk about that. This is a link, y'all. Y'all subscribe to her channel. She definitely do a lot of videos with Judge O'Brown. She be on back and forth on the Star Report.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a show tonight. We supposed to be doing a show tonight.
I gotta get him on the show. I'm gonna talk to you about that behind the scenes since he is a judge.
Yeah, and call into my show too when he's on there.
Okay, most definitely. Okay, most definitely. What time you going on?
9:30 Eastern.
So that's 8:30. Okay, got you.
Yeah. All right, so keep in touch and we'll schedule something for us to come on yours and do something.
Most definitely. I appreciate you tuning in. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not running for child support.
Thank you for having me. Have a good one.
Most definitely. Appreciate you to the fullest. I want to give a shout out to Blexit, the community for $5 donation. Cynthia G can't offend me. She's talking about Pookie, Ray, Daquan, Rob, and her own dad. So she's right about those type and those dudes. But here's the thing. She's talking about, to me, the majority of black men. And also, I don't know if her dad really a deadbeat, because her dad could be alienated. Mama could have getting child support, but yet said she was getting child support. So I even question about the dad. I can't even say that he was a deadbeat. That's probably what she was taught. So you can't make this shit up, but you're right, brother, about the Pookies and the Rays, the Robs, and the Quan. Yeah, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I mean, that I will say. Shout out to Ricky Manor up in the building. Y'all definitely need to subscribe to him. Definitely one of the controversial who tell the truth about these fake ass black pros and talk about he's definitely into the politics and the Southern roots. Shout out to Ricky Manor, y'all. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Let's finish this off. Then I gotta get back on the couch and get the fuck out of here. Let's continue.
Black men think that they're built for leadership. They want to say that they're built for leadership, but all they've displayed is weakness in every area since we've been in this country. So over 400 years. The bottom line of it is these men just don't want the responsibility. You saw the comments and you saw one black man who did admit, hey, black men just don't want the responsibility. And they feel like it's easier to just leave the baby with the mom. Now, that
one comment. So one comment answer for all the rest of the black men. Okay.
That's true. That's been true since the early 1900s. And if you read the Moynihan Report by Daniel Patrick Moynihan that black men like to quote, I don't know why, you will actually see how he lays out the plan of this system to break up the black family and how willing black men were to abandon their children. The reason these men aren't answering this question, the reason these men aren't going and trying to change the court system or getting new legislation put in so they can have more rights to their children is because they don't want rights to the children. They don't even want the children to be born.
So I wonder when she's talking about, the black man, like I said, when I talk about as a whole of all men, why should not, if you saying that black men don't want to be fathers, if we supposed to be the most active fathers, then, and we supposed to be the most active fathers, but we the worst of the worst, then you telling us that the white man is lower the totem pole pieces of shit. From your logic, that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. You saying that we're worse than worse, even though we're the most involved fathers of all ethnicities. So that means the white man is a piece of shit, garbage, deadbeats, if we supposed to be worse than the worst. Yeah, the lies they do tell, bro. Let's continue.
They don't want to take the necessary steps to prevent impregnating women, and they also don't want to provide for the children because they are dealing with a high level of dereliction and a reprobate mind. Add to that spiritual corruption, laziness, and not wanting to compete with other men, and you have a recipe for exactly what you have now. That is why black men are doing the exact same thing with women of no color that they did with black women, and we're literally seeing that happen. All up and through those comments were the excuses. In reality, if a black man chooses to go to court to get either equal custody of his children or sole custody of his children, they can do it. They simply don't want to because they don't want the responsibility.
Even though the stat says men involved for the whole nation, only 17.5% of men get custody of their children, 1 out of 6. But she says that all a black man got to do is go in the courtroom, file for equal parenting, and sole custody. They get it. You can't make this shit up. Now, mind you, I just told you, 17.5% of men of all colors get custody. You see what I'm saying? 17.5 in the nation. So that's white, black, blue, or green. And you telling me that all the black man got to do is go up to the courtroom and just get custody. And this is what I mean, y'all. I gotta give a shout out to Denzel. Speak for Malcolm.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
I want to give a shout out to the Swoovius. for the $10 donation. She said Cynthia G is the female version of Clayton Bigsby. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why she speak what she do, number one, in my opinion, because one, her daddy was involved in her life. Number two, she realized taking up for black men is not gonna make her enough money. Three, she realized that she have more women on her side, which is a better deal with the collection plate. A lot of these people do what they do because they have no integrity, whether they telling the truth or not. They know that you got dumb motherfuckers that's gonna ride or die, especially if you say you hate the black man, and they ride with whatever the money go. And when it's all said and done, I think it's more of integrity versus being a self-hater. I'm being honest, that's just my opinion on that. You can't make this shit up, but you're right. You're right, bro. But I really believe it's more integrity versus being a sellout or a self-hater. You know what I mean? Because her channel grew more and more as more she talked about black men, and she's got angry, black, bitter, fake feminist, black pro wannabe baby mama terrorists. And it didn't work being a pro-black. See, it worked for black men who talk about saving these piece of shit ass whores and calling them queens and goddess and all that bullshit, you know.
Here I come to save the day.
See, she couldn't be like Michi X. She couldn't get up to that level. You know what I mean? I believe she did it because it's a more benefit. That's why, like Candace Owens, she was a full-fledged Democrat, but then she saw it wasn't getting her nowhere. So what she decided to do, she decided to go to the Republican side and make more money. You know what I mean? So I realize some people do it because not because they hate themselves or hate black men. It's integrity. Just like these preachers that support these baby mama terrorists in their churches because they pay the collection plate. Like I said, that's just my opinion. I'm just, you know what I mean? Y'all might still say, well, she'll sell out, but that's just really what I believe. You can't make this shit up, I tell you that. You just can't make this shit up, man. This is why I tell y'all keep y'all veins cold, because you're gonna have a lot of rhetoric going on trying to stain and slang your name. But we learning. Keep them veins cold, fellas.
Now, I've been saying that black men have a demonic disdain for the children they create. This is a byproduct of self-hatred. At the end of the day, if you hate yourself, you hate your offspring. The reason why they don't prevent having offspring because they're not responsible. They want to run around and be reckless and irresponsible and not have any consequences of it.
Even though when it comes to single parenting, I believe it's 78% of black women who are single mothers when they are supposed to be the most educated, they got the most degrees, they supposed to be high value and all this shit, but at the same time, they choose single motherism. My body, my choice. So that means they chose to have a kid. And you saying that it's the man's fault? I just want y'all to hear that shit. You just can't make this shit up. But let's continue.
And now you have geriatric struggle kittens who have 2 failed marriages and is an absentee father himself, but he wants to parade around on social media talking about how his daughter has to see everything that everybody's talking about and saying about him as if he's even involved with his daughter. But nonetheless, black men have gravitated toward this man because black men only gravitate towards dereliction and ideologies that's going to keep them rooted in dereliction rather than men and ideologies that's going to help them be productive, essential men who are leaders of communities and leaders of their home. So you basically have a kitten here, a 3 trash bag carrying struggle kitten who decided to get on Facebook and publicize his degeneracy because, oh yeah, this is yet another thing that black men like doing. They always are talking about how they don't like the negative stuff that people say about black men, but then they publicize their degeneracy like this group called Kevin Samuels fans. So you have a 1 trash bag Justin Huff who said the only way I consider seriously dating a single mother is if she gives full custody of the children to her baby daddy.
Now you notice she trying to talk like Mammy. I believe that's how she should actually talk on her videos. I really do. That's, to me, when I listen to her with all this false propaganda about black men and all that shit, I get it, sales and make your views and get your money, integrity, I get it. But I believe when I listen to her, that's how she actually sounds. So her sounding like this, trying to mimic Swerve Go, I really believe that when I listen to it, that's how she sounds, just like that. She actually speaking her true voice. This her real voice, y'all. The other shit is like y'all say, whining, make your ears bleed. This is her real voice right here. She's just pretending like it's about him, the kitten. But I believe this her real. I like that voice because this her true self. This her true self. Lack of knowledge or a lot of hate or her mama black, or her daddy black. You know what I'm saying? You know, this her. Let's listen to her true self.
Like this group called Kevin Samuels fans. So you have a one trash bag, Justin Huff, who said, the only way I consider seriously dating a single mother is if she gives full custody of the children to her baby daddy, relinquish all rights to her kids to the father, and I never actually have to see the kids at any point. Any interaction with the father after that regarding the kids can only be done through the court if absolutely necessary. But I don't want to see nor hear about her kids. If she ain't willing to do that to be with me, then she clearly cares more about another man's seed than being my wife. So she just needs to go back to him at that point and stop wasting everybody's time. Y'all, this is one of the most profound displays of mental dereliction I have ever had the opportunity to read. Do you know how deep in dereliction and degeneracy a man has to be to make one of the criteria for a woman being with him is that she abandons her children? This is why I said that black men have a demonic disdain for children. She's willing to abandon her children and cause great psychological harm. Also, she can be with this expendable male who has nothing to offer her.
But the thing about it is, many baby mama tears do it all the time. They kill their kids just to get with some dude. If you go on my Instagram, I posted a woman who killed her, who let the simple force kill their daughter because she didn't want to fuck up the relationship. I shit you not. Go on my page on Instagram. Fuck child support. And she's not a black woman. So you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You would be surprised. I'm not surprised, but you'll be surprised at all these baby mama tears who neglect their kids for some nigga off the block, some white dude. Remember the bitch that killed her 3 kids, threw them in the lake, and because dude said he didn't want no kids with he didn't want a woman with kids. Y'all remember that? You can't make this shit up. So yeah, he said it. And mind you, he's 24 years old. He don't have kids. He got preference. Yeah. I forgot her name, but we're gonna definitely talk about her. She's the infamous. She the one that said a black dude did it, and he looked like Kumo D, and motherfuckers actually started believing what this Al Karen said. She's the queen of kings of baby mama terrorism. But you can't make this shit up. So yeah, it's called preference. I remember back in the day when women who didn't have kids, they said, "I'm not dating no man with no kids. I don't want he can't have kids." So what the fuck's the difference? So now it's some men saying that shit. Now all of a sudden, oh, you hate kids and all that shit. No, if you look up the stats, the one who hate the kids is the ones who's abusive, neglectful, manipulating, and causing havoc in the children's lives. And those are the women. And I ain't just talking about black women. You can't make this shit up, but let's continue.
And understand that black women have helped to create this pathology because of the black male worship that we've been engaging in for so long, to the degree that these men believe they're the prize. And since they believe they're the prize, because you got silly black women still running around calling these conquered bucks kings, that is why they have this mentality.
They call them kings. That's them black pro baby mama Ted. They call them kings. Okay, them your people, them your counterparts. Shit, it ain't our fault that they see us as kings or kings or whatever you want to call that shit. Miss me with that one. Yeah, remember, yeah, the black bitch put a kid in the microwave. You can't make this shit up. That's why I talk about these baby mama terrorists, man. Hey, get this webcam bitch out the chat. You can't make this shit up, though.
fact that he thinks that he has such a high value to him that a woman would be willing to give up her own children in order to be with him. She would give up her children and her parental rights just to be with a 3 trash bag struggle dusty who's still rocking some expired braids and have the oily face like he haven't washed it.
I ain't gonna lie. When she said that, that's when I said, hey, fam, he's not my representative. He's not my messenger, and I ain't following behind the nigga until he said what happened, because I was like, hell nah, queer folks right here. So, but nah, he cool. I see. He told me he was out there in the shining light and shit like that. I want to give a shout out to the dislike. I see I have 7 dislike. That was 5 first 9 7. This for the first dislike from my boy Reverend Next about your thoughts.
Fuck your thoughts.
And also for y'all that, even though I'm telling y'all the truth about what she's saying is not true, you know, far as I'm concerned, Reverend Next gonna speak that for me.
You fucking income fucking poop.
You can't make this shit up. Yeah. Let's finish up. So of course, you know, like I said, I get what she's trying to use, you know, the bag and all that, but she's not gonna talk about the stats where it says mothers, black, white, blue, green, Latino, all that, do the most abuse and the most neglect with and without a man. You can't make this shit up. But let's continue.
I know the signs of a man who ain't washed their face. That's oil that's been collecting on his face overnight. So this man can't even wash his face and comb his hair or cut it off, but he wants a woman to abandon her children in order to be with him and get what in return? Because black men don't even get married. So why are you guys allowing these trash bag bandits to dangle marriage over your head like it's a carrot? I don't understand it.
I mean, then you need to do videos to uplift these low self-esteem ass bitches there. If you know black men ain't marrying your funk ass and having kids, your funk ass, don't you think women need the ones that you speak on need to change the laws in their mind? Because you teaching the, hey, regular ain't working because they still want that cane. So what I suggest to you with that is you need to uplift them since you supposed to be hiding in the clouds, sir. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove, but I ain't no stupid motherfucker. And for what I think, you need to change the whole narrative around because they're not taking you seriously. You can't make this shit up. And I want to give a shout out to the dislike, you know what I'm saying? You know, hey, I got something for you. And this for my boy Samuel L. Jackson with your dislike.
Shut the fuck up!
100%, bitch. Let's continue.
It's a problem. And then guess what? You likely didn't have black men challenging this. They likely supported it. Look, I didn't even dare go look at that group because y'all, I don't have time. Like, honestly, black men's dereliction and mental psychosis is draining. So I'm not about to go look into no derelict group dedicated to a struggle kitten that's struggling with his sexuality because he's really...
Boys.
You notice they quick to call you an alphabet. I told you they call you alphabet. They say who hurt you, your mama black. That's what I say. They say the same old shit. That's why I say it gets old. That's why you can't take that shit seriously. She was doing okay with the bag. I like the bag. She took the right picture and ran with it. You know, I give her that for the credit. But when she talking about the alphabet, I mean that shit old, man. Come on now. Let's continue, man. God, yeah, I'm done too.
Addicted to boys, and it's clear that he got a certain addiction. So I'm not about to get up in no group and read over the dereliction of expendable black men. It just is what it is. But at the end of the day, their reckoning is coming. Their reckoning is coming. They're creating a climate where literally nobody wants to deal with them. So when Brian...
She say don't nobody want to deal with them, meaning black men, when we the most we're the most wanted. We number 2. The most wanted is the white man, and number 2 is the black man. And the only reason why, in my opinion, that the white man is the most wanted because they supposed to be the one with the most money, more power. But we number 2. I mean, so that's a lie. I want to give a shout out to Sir Tice, man, for the $5 cash app. Appreciate you, my brother, to the fullest. And shout out to Little Big Nate, and he was up in here earlier. You know, appreciate him tuning in. You just can't make this shit up. Let's continue. Mr. O in the building.
Caught up on my phone line and got their bussies bleeding because he said that they're a nuisance, understand that the world is starting to see them as a nuisance, and it's because this is the climate that they're creating for themselves. But at the end of the day, we've helped them to create this climate because we've placed too much value on expendable males rather than making them become high value or just not dealing with them. But you guys get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about that trash post. Listen, that was straight from a demon. Only a demon would have the requirement that a woman abandons her children in order to be with them. Like, who do you think you are?
So giving the child up to the father means you abandon them? See, that's what I say. They don't, see, that's what I'm saying. Men, these baby mama tails don't look at you as the other parent. They don't look at you as a father. They look at you as some nigga they had a child with. They look at you as a nigga they get money off of or get welfare link cards. Because if I'm a man and I say, hey, I need you to take custody of our son because of XYZ, that's abandoned. This is why a lot of these motherfuckers won't give you custody, even if they living in a ditch, because if they do that, they feel their mentality is they abandon them. No, you rather for your kid to die than have a better life in your funky rat ass. So you can't make this shit up. That's what I say. I want y'all, you got to learn from this. You have to learn from this. You definitely have to learn from this because these motherfuckers do not love their kids. They say that if she gives the child to the father, she's abandoned them. She's abandoned them. Get the fuck out of here. But it's okay for them to kill their own children or allow some other dude to kill their children. You can't make this shit up. But I'm just a dumb nigga off College Grove. I don't know no better. Let me see if she say anything else.
So trash bag bandit with your trail of trash and dust going from one project to the next. What do you have to offer? Because I'm looking in the background of that struggle apartment that you living in, and you don't look like you got no wealth or nothing to provide to anybody. So how dare you sit up here and even think that a woman should abandon her children? Why? So she can live in the lack of kingdom that you have, you struggle bandit, trash bag, king of dust. Y'all, I don't got time. I'm not about to sit up here and drill a greasy face trash bag bandit. So you guys get in the comment section and let me know what you think about this. He looked like he ready to get his bussy blown out and put that mouth to work. What them lips do? He got DSL all over the place, and that's why he's a Kevin Samuels fan, because Kevin Samuels got a boy addiction and so does he.
So basically the video was more about Kevin Samuels because she's assuming that he got this logic from Kevin Samuels. I heard Kevin Samuels say this, but the brother said he got it from Islamic brother when he was on BGS show. But you know, it seemed like sad that every time somebody come with some type of opinion or talking point, they say it's Kevin Samuels, when that's not true. But I understand now why she was heated, because she assumed this come from Kevin Samuels, and now she say, well, this part of Kevin Samuels click to make him look bad, and that's who follow him, blah blah blah. I get it. More likes, more hatred and all. I get it. More money into your monthly YouTube salary. I get it.
You guys get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this. Listen, y'all, this one actually got me triggered because I can see
what I tell you. I told you, trigger. She's triggered, y'all. 100% triggered.
How much of a demon he is. But get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for your support. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. When you do subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to all notifications so you'll know every time I go live and when I upload new content. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you guys. So
you can't make this shit up. That's what I'm talking about, man. The truth will set you free. And since I got the 10 dislikes, I want to give a shout out to the 9 and 10th dislike. Which one? Let me see. I'm gonna give a shout. I'm gonna use Reverend X again, man. He want to give a shout out to the 2 extra dislikes. I appreciate it to the fullest, because with the dislikes to go somewhere in the algorithm as you speak up.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
100%. I don't give a fuck about your dislike, bitch. I don't give a fuck if I get 100 dislikes and no likes at all. Because far as I'm concerned, hey, what my man say, y'all, truth is what? Truth is what?
Truth is what it is.
See, the far as I'm concerned, y'all mad because how? What?
How dare you do this to me? How do you live with yourself?
So I get it. Truth hurts. I get it. And most of y'all niggas can't deal with the truth. You know what I mean? Like I said, I want y'all to hear for yourselves about what they think about you. And like I said, I'm not here to just talk shit just because she say black men ain't shit. I want to say if you're going to talk about black men, at least come with the truth. And if you're going to come with the truth, put it out there on why you believe what you believe in. Don't just say some shit, because what you're saying, a lot of this shit didn't add up to what I've seen in my stats and what I know. Like I said, man, and I do like the fact when she was doing that Yes the Boss voice, that was her true voice. I liked it. That voice is better than the other one. So I get it. You know, and that's fine. There's gonna be more people disliking. There's gonna be people come on here and say, hey man, you take care of your kids, pay your child support. Bitch, I pay the child support automatically every week. So that, I mean, what's the next one? I told y'all I'm a deadbeat. I sleep on the couch. Well, I can't because the bear's out. He took my shit, but I run for child support, Lord of Earth. I mean, I'm a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove, but one thing about it is
you can't handle the truth.
That's one thing I can say for a fact. You can't make this shit up. Shout out to Tola for the $2 donation. Protect the Godfather and the good brother, Mr. Palmer. Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. And I got to tell y'all brothers and y'all sisters who fall for this rhetoric or didn't know, I just want y'all what y'all thought because of what they say, society say, what YouTubers say.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Big time. And I want to give shout out to Tola for this, and I appreciate you, my brother. Like I said, man, the truth is what it is. They can't handle the truth. And, you know, my thing is, I don't feel sorry for you baby mama tears, black pro ass whores, or even the ones that hate your daddy, hate and love your mama, who's a piece of shit baby mama terrorist. And then you want to sit back. You hate white women, but you love white men because white women love black men, I guess. And you want to sit back, come with these false ass narratives about black men ain't fighting, black men can't want to change the laws, and oh, you must be an alphabet because you say I don't want to be with a single mother. You just can't make this shit up. Get this webcam hoe out of my my shit. But yeah, you just can't make this shit up. GIF09 say white men and Hispanic are gorgeous looking men. That's good. And if that's what your preference is, go holler at them, marry them, have kids with them. That's cool. You had it right. So when black men say they want to go overseas, they got a passport to get somebody that's over in Trinidad, Brazil, Colombia, or Japan, all that, then it shouldn't be no issue. And when you got these fake ass baby mama terrorists say leave black men alone, I have no problem with that. Leave away from us, go away so we ain't got to do the moving, motherfuckers. I have no issue with that. I agree 100%. 100%. You can't make this shit up. But y'all let me know in the comments because I gotta get the fuck back and run for my child support. But like I said, these baby mama terrorists are real. This is why men have to change the laws in their mind, and women who know what it is have to change the laws in their mind. Stay away from these baby mama terrorists and these simple forces because these are the ones that setting this community and other communities up for failure with this feminist ideology rhetoric. And like I said, you come on my platform, I ain't gonna call you bitches and hoes, nothing like that. We're gonna dialogue like human beings. We're gonna dialogue like adults, because you're gonna prove your talking points. You're gonna prove it, or you gonna look stupid. One or the other. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta down you or shame you to get my point across. That ain't what we do. That's what these baby mama terrorists do. So y'all let me know in the comments. Please share, please like. Let me know if she's innocent or guilty for coming out with false narratives. You just can't make this shit up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout out to Dana. Shout out to L.A.R. Even shout out to my boy Swergo. And shout out to K-Say. I talked behind the scenes. She'll be back on here next week. Talk about some other shit. I'm Mr. Palmer. And this conversation is over. Fuck child support. Peace.
Baby mama terrorists. BMT. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. Riding around, try to play the Romans, innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos. Behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worrying about another bid instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, almost child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies, and doing setups.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch. I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Truth is what it is.
Mr. Paul. They've been waiting on this one. Yeah. Go dummy, let's get it. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes.
Yo. Hit the bitch once, don't call her back. Hit the bitch once, now falling back. She going to my phone, I tell her I ain't home. I ain't tryna tell her that the hair was whack. Bitch get mad, I fuck around, get smacked. I ain't really tryna go through all that. You say you want the truth, but I know that's cat, bitch. I'm an OG, don't fall for the trap. Talk me back and get dropped. Raise the voice, the bitch block. Think you the only baddie out here that shooting shots, bitch stop. I ain't like these simp niggas that open doors and wanna hold your hand. I'ma be the side dude inside you, see back to your man. Hoes say that I'm toxic. Nah, bitch, these niggas lost it. Lame niggas gassing up your head. I don't like pics, you get dick instead. Got head while smoking on the endo. Then put the bitch in the friend zone. So many hoes can't worry about one, so I pump and dump hoes, yeah, one of done hoes, yeah.
Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes.
Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. I don't give a fuck about nan, bitch. These simps are the ones you control. Simping forces, son husbands, blue pill, the sideline haters. You wanna talk, I'll see you later. I don't wear a cape, so I can't save ya or date ya. So what's going on? I'm coming to your home looking for some dome. You don't get down like that with the fuck you rat, then trip, bitch. I'm staying home. But here's the kiss, you wanna ask for dough like I'm one of them niggas. I ain't got shit. Walmart's always high, hoes. You better find your ass some business. I ain't got time for that fuckery. I don't play games, I stay sucker free. I'm Mr. better recognize me. I know you get down, you belong to the streets. Stop playing games, holler celibate. Saying your body count is irrelevant. Man, you were just an embarrassment. Another pump and dump, baby mama Terry. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes. Pump and dumping these bitches. Pump and dumping these hoes. Pump and dumping these bitches. You know how the shit goes.
That ass though, right?